She doesn't exist anymore. I took time for myself. I healed, and I'm not her anymore. I never needed him for clout. I never used his name to build myself up. I had the chance plenty of times, and I didn't because not.
It sucks for me to say this, but I'm sorry. It really does apply to Hun. Hun here, Miss Panda Ninja, she is the exact reason and like my best example right now of like the reason, like who was saying it? I forgot who exactly I was watching was saying it, but like a direct example of like ruining the dating market in the dating pool. Because when you like and if you ask like a random bull in Walmart, and again, this is not a general colloquial thing. I talk about this all the time. Like just because generalization exists does not mean it's good. But like if you ask a bull in Walmart or whatever why they wouldn't go out of their way to try to date and talk to girls and all that, because they're afraid to run into a her. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sorry, bro. Man, me and cancel me or whatever. Be meaner. But like, yeah, they're afraid of running into a her. That's simply it, man. Where like, yeah, just because you felt slighted because your toxic relationship was bad, now you feel as though you gotta come out and say all this other BS and then drop proof that doesn't cooperate the claims you're making, and now this is going out on the internet. Like, yo, yes, they're scared of her. So if you are a Hun and you get wronged, please, Hun, I want you to tell your story. I do. I truthfully do. I want you to have justice. Again, if you are truly wrong, I want you to have justice. Yes. Why wouldn't I want that? Of course. Like, duh. But do not do this. Do not do this. This is not going to catch you no brownie points with anybody that you want brownie points from. Not those pandering. Get those out of here. Those virtue signaling. Nah. We need to stay to the facts. I'm not trying to hear this. This is why heads is scared of dating like that, because of heads like this. Let's keep it to the facts. I get it. Obviously, emotions charge into everybody. We all human. We got emotions, but you can't let emotions outweigh all the facts, and or better yet, not outweigh, because that's impossible, bro. Facts is facts. But like in your head, the way you're thinking, you can't let your emotional feelings really outweigh that hefty the actual facts of a matter. Because if that happens, you start slandering, spreading misinformation, and defaming. The CoryxKenshin allegations, the 5 stages of grief, denial, which you already know. A little backstory. If you haven't seen before on the page, we covered the whole situation going on with allegations levied towards beloved creator CoryxKenshin. I'm sure y'all seen the title and thumbnail. By a Hun named Panda Ninja XXX. She levied that CoryxKenshin was a general abuser, an emotional abuser, and a manipulator. And you already know how I get down. When levying serious allegations, I would hope and pray that you have some substantial proof. Really already can't grammar. I know we get down. Because yeah, if not, you could be a defamer, a slanderer, and someone spreading misinformation, and that overall not good. So when looking at the situation and going on here, the things levied with Hun in the substantial proof that she levied out, it wasn't looking too hot. Not only to the 3-part series that she dropped on TikTok, she also had some Xbox messages, some not even some, a Discord message, I believe a text message, and a video in which Cory, it was looking a little spicy, but with context, he was saying in that video, just for short TLDR, that he was apparently doing some down to her in her sleep. But you can tell within the context that they're obviously joking around, they're both smiling, and that if it was really a problem, I think Hun would have said something more around the time, because it was around 8 years ago, but more around the time if it was seriously something that was wrong and a problem. So yeah, the substantial proof wasn't looking so substantial at all, at least in Trilly's opinion with the whole situation. But not only to corroborate that, the internet agreed, and pretty much from there on, after everything was levied, yeah, it didn't look like the internet was on Hun's side, more or less. Not to say that she was like going out of her way or whatever to make up malicious lies to the craziest effect, but it seems as though, yeah, we pretty much deemed that Hun was fabricating or fibbing a lot of it, considering, the proof wasn't that substantial, as we've said through. But going back to it, it seems that Hun has come back around with another YouTuber named Mav Attack, and apparently there's more lore on this situation, because yeah, we've got another video on it, because apparently she had collabed with him and drop some more info about CoryxKenshin. So I don't want to waste any more time on that beat, because yap sessions, you know how Trilly gets down. Trilly talks everything, and Trilly does indeed yap everything. Let's see what's going on with the whole CoryxKenshin allegations. Panda Ninja X Hun, or Panda Ninja XXX. And of course, the 5 stages of grief. Denial on her part. Of course, like I was saying in the intro, YouTuber Mav Attack. Of course, if you guys want to watch the OG video, down in the description, first link. And of course, sure to love with CoryxKenshin, because yeah, he got done dirty with this whole situation. But if you guys, like I said, want to watch the OG video from the creator, down in the description, we have The Hidden Life of CoryxKenshin. You already know what it is. Like I said, OG video, down in the description, and all the type of beat. But we can't waste no more time, because again, La Yap Sesh, you know I get down looking for my headphones. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it.
Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Angelo, but most of you know me by Mav Attack or Mav. I've seen some alarming evidence these past few weeks, and I'm speaking in support of the victims who have recently come forward about some concerning behavior regarding a previous friend of mine, who a lot of you may know
Victims.
as CoryxKenshin. Cory and I met in 2014,
and that's something that is also need to be brought up, because the, you know what I'm saying, the Hun in this case that we're leveling again had the allegations against CoryxKenshin. She was saying that there potentially could have been other victims and all that. But another thing that she was saying in there was that, like, yeah, those heads would share their stories, but more or less to that, her herself, I would like her to really, again, substantially share her story by showing more substantial proof of it. But we already know with everything, as we see that's an intro, and if you watch those videos, which should have sent a little intro, I'll put the ones in the card at the end. But looking through all that, yeah, there were supposed to be other heads that, you know, potentially could have been wronged in any way by CoryxKenshin, but I didn't see any of them, so that's another thing.
After became best friends for years until I cut ties with him in 2023. In March of 2023, I released a video on my channel explaining a few of the reasons why he and I were no longer associating or going to be doing collaborations anymore, as I thought I was done creating videos for a few years, but wanted to return to the Mav Attack channel. The video was met with a lot of love and appreciation for my contributions to our numerous collaborations throughout the years, as well as listening to my story and experience being best friends and business collaborator with one of the biggest creators on the YouTube platform. The response, however positive, brought a wave of harassment and toxic behavior to my comments, even going so far as to target my wife's social media accounts.
Even, like, obviously to this factor, I say it all the time, there's a difference between like hate, genuine criticism, and even like to this, like, obviously, yo, heads for the most part were sharing love, you know, because obviously good Jones, if he decided content creation or whatever is not for him, especially in that moment or whatever, and that's what it is. But bro, heads like going on their way to do this, I'm always gonna disavow. Some weird John, you weird bulls, we gonna see you later. It's shot out, like, duh.
And the accounts of anyone looking to speak out in support of me simply expressing my truth. My video wasn't intended to badmouth or run a smear campaign against Cory, and in fact, I mentioned how I believed he was still a good person at the time. In the video from 2023, I mentioned details such as how I never cared about what he gained from his success, and I just wanted to enjoy time with the person I connected with before his channel truly blew up. I also expressed frustrations at the time and vented to a friend of mine who Cory had a previous fling with about how Cory wasn't interested in speaking publicly about people harassing his close friends and family during his long content breaks. This friend of mine at the time would post about Cory on a gossip website while mentioning me by name, which I felt I needed to come clean to Cory about. He forgave me for it. I just wanted to be free from the public thinking we were still close and hounding me, even up until that point, about where Cory was. While there were positive comments, I dealt with numerous forms of harassment. Harassment that included insults, threats against my safety, and even claiming that I was a white man trying to weaponize sympathy against a black man, which, if you knew me, you would know that I'm an ethnically ambiguous person of color. In my experience, this was an attempt to try and invalidate my identity, trauma, and personal experience as—
I'm like, yeah, it's like ad hominem arguments. It's like, yeah, you're bringing like identity politics and things and such into it. Like, yeah, that's obviously something that, like, yo, duh, why are you even sliding into this? Obviously, if there's things he can be generally criticized for, just keep it to that.
An individual who isn't afraid to be vulnerable and allow my emotions to come through regardless of the public perception. The same harassment I dealt with in the 2023 video is the same harassment I spent years dealing with prior, trying to make a business and name for myself, all while dealing with personal issues and being bombarded by comments harassing me about when Cory is going to return from one of his many lengthy breaks from YouTube. Part of my issues with Cory that were communicated and shut down by him were when he would step away from YouTube without updating his obsessed audience. I'd then reach out to ask him if he could post on social media.
I mean, but then again, this is the thing I always say, like, all the time about breaking the, like, thin layers of parasociality. I totally get it. There are heads that look at some of these creators and, like, you know, their favorite single idol, I talk about this all the time, as like gods and all this type of junk, so they be doing the most. It also goes into the Luddy argument where, like, yeah, there's that 1% of heads that claim they're supporters of you, fans of you, or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, but still end up doing crazy Jones even when you tell them not to. But yo, Cory going on a break, like, that's his prerogative. He doesn't exactly have to let heads know he's going on a break and all that. Obviously, you can, and, like, I'm not saying you should, because obviously it's a prerogative of the creator. Like, you can let heads know you go on a break doing all this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, like, your content creation, like, journey and just your journey of life in itself, like, yo, that's for you. That's within you to keep in your own means or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So if Cory wants to go on break, he doesn't have to say every time. Like, at least I disagree in a sense. Like, he doesn't got to say every single time, you know what I'm saying, that he's going on break or some junk like that. But even to that factor, duh, like, you know what I'm saying, any, like, supporters or fans of Cory shouldn't go to any other creator, like, yo, when is Cory back, come back, this, that, and the third, all that type of beat. But I don't know, is it that serious?
Saying he's okay and to leave his friends and family alone, which would always conclude with him saying that's just how he is. He was going to do what he wanted regardless of how much it would hurt the people he claimed to love and care for.
I don't know, like, that doesn't, I don't know. How much does that correlate to me though? Like, it really doesn't, because again, if he's going on a break, I'm assuming he's probably gonna go on a break or some John, because one, he just needs time to himself, maybe his own mental. Two, probably spend time with his family and all that type of beat. And like, three, to that again, like, yo, this is the thing. I'm not saying again like this alleviate or absolves like some of Cory's fanbase or whatever from like going to other heads communities or like doing weird John. It doesn't. But I don't see how those heads Johns fall back on Cory because he wants to take a break. How is that him not looking out for his family and friends and shit like that?
Common misunderstandings taken from this video were that I never communicated with Cory about his breaks and the harassment I was facing, and instead posted it on the internet, when in reality, I spoke about it with him multiple times throughout the years, even expressing it in YouTube videos, which are all up on my channel. The public wanted to run with the narrative that Cory was the one who cut off the connection with me, when in fact, I was the one that cut ties with him because I had had enough. I was the one who decided that the friendship no...
Let's see, Cory. I'm blocking it now. Okay. Even though witnessing the same family and friends actually using you, I still remain there for you to vent your frustrations and share laughs with. I'm sorry, but I just can't continue feeling like you're keeping me at arm's length. I'd rather have mental peace than to constantly feel like something is off with someone I've been the closest with for this long. I've always cared and loved you, even if I've made past mistakes and my past actions have shown otherwise. I can't continue this friendship. See you around? I don't know, boss. I feel like you might be doing too much. Like, I'm just not seeing it. I'm sorry, but I can't continue feeling like keeping me at arm's length. See, like, this is like, yo, funny enough, me and one of my mans, like, we have talking about this and like having conversations about this all the time. And it's like the maintenance of friends. Like, and some of y'all can add conjecture to this. Like, love having that. You already know. We enjoy the slops together. Shout out your love with the audience. So I'll be saying timestamp. This is a perfect timestamp. What maintenance friend are you? Like, there's the low maintenance friend, obviously like the neutral, like in the middle maintenance friend or whatever, and then there's a high maintenance friend. It's seeming like to me that he's a high maintenance friend. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm below whatever the fuck low maintenance friend is, because I'm like, yeah, bro, when I'm there, bro, we gonna have fun and all that shit, but when I'm not there, bro, I'm not there. I'm doing my own thing, bro. And if that's a problem with heads, bro, like, I don't know, you're just going to have to be pressed. And this is conversation my whole group of mans have had. Like, you're just going to have to be mad. Like, sometimes I just don't want to do shit. I'm not gonna be there every fucking time. Not to say like, oh, you're not gonna be there when shit really matters. I'm gonna be there every time. But bro, like, we're talking, like, if for specifically Mav Attack here, we're talking because, like, some heads have been saying, like, in the comments or whatever, where's Cory, where's Cory, where's Cory? Like, dog, this doesn't fucking make any sense to me. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if I'm being an asshole or whatever, but, like, bro, what the fuck? So, like, anyway, going back to this, John, let me know. Are you a high maintenance friend, low maintenance friend, middle maintenance friend, or you where Trilly's at, where it's like, hey man, we gonna pop out in 3-month intervals. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gonna see me at Thanksgiving and shit like that. You gonna see me at Christmas. Then you gonna see me probably, I don't even fucking know, Valentine's Day. Let me stop playing, bro. I love my bros though. But like, yeah, y'all let me know what type of friend you is. But seeming from reading this nigga Mav Attack is a high maintenance friend. Because what the fuck are we sitting here doing?
longer serve my best interests.
But again, I could stand to be corrected. There could be more Johns. But from reading this shit, high maintenance friend.
And I distanced myself with him for good, instead of allowing myself to remain at arm's reach. I had also mentioned in the video, which was set...
What is arm's reach, though? And then you're also talking from the perspective of not only are you two, like, friends or whatever, but you're both content creators and all that type of be. Like, there's a whole bunch more nuances that go into this.
To private only a few days after it was posted, due to it reaching nearly an overwhelming 700,000 views, that I held frustrations towards him for taking parts of my creative ideas in my videos, which I felt he was using to help further establish and push his own personal brand. This issue was brought up to Cory during one of...
That you felt, or like that you can directly be like, all right, I came up with this idea, one-to-one did this video, and he like cloned this shit. See, like there's like whole differences and again nuances to this.
Our last few times speaking on the phone, which he admitted to doing and apologized for. I wasn't the only person who not only fell victim to the ravenous fanbase that CoryxKenshin had accumulated, but also, from my view, the neglectful and unempathetic person that Cory is behind the scenes.
Don't get it twisted. Again, I know the thing with the audience, especially with Cory being in the game for so long and being a huge content creator, beloved. Like, yo, there are some heads that are mega fans, but like, as far as I'm seeing right now, this is not the worst thing ever. Like,
brother, certified AK.
Maybe I'm wrong. Again, this is why I always say I'm standing to be corrected and truly the dumbass. But like, bro, to me, this is, bro. If heads were in my comments saying, yo, where's Cory, bro, I'm just ignoring these niggas, bro. I'm like, yo, Cory's gonna come back where where is Cory? He'll be here when he wants to be here, nigga. Other than that, nigga, go watch his old videos and shit. Like, bro, you have to ignore those niggas. Like, I don't...
Posted a YouTube video back in 2020 titled The Truth, where he expressed his sadness and disappointment and lack of motivation to enjoy creating YouTube videos due to an invasion of comments asking for Cory's whereabouts.
I texted my brother probably like 2 weeks ago. You know, I showed him all the comments, all the spams I was getting on my channel. And then I'm just put in the video of what he said, guys.
Big bro, so this is Corey's. I'm assuming this is Corey's brother, his little brother, whatever. Yo, what happened to Corey? Please tell if you know anything. Corey, man, I'm sick of these freaking comments about you. You mind if I make a video on why you've been gone for so long? I just want these kind of comments to stop. Now I'll speak on why I've been gone. If you don't like those comments, you need to tell your community that. Yo, tell these niggas. This is exactly what I just came off of saying. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. You're either going to ignore these niggas, bro, or you're going to fucking tell these heads, yo, you don't know. You don't know. Just wait for Corey to come back, and if you really can't satiate that fucking lust for Corey, go watch his old videos again. I don't blame you. Corey's a fucking go-to creator. I love watching Corey, bro. But, like, bro, heads are going too far, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta tell these heads, you don't fucking know, bro. Yo, Corey will be back when he wants to be back. He's human, my nigga. He's not a god, bro. You have to remember he has his own fucking life and shit going on behind the scenes. The fuck? Like, heads be really forgetting that shit, bro. I'm a stick, bro. Where my G-Boy blockers? We gonna have to bust them boys out immediately, bro. Cause heads be forgetting this shit. I don't give a fuck if you're like a jit or if you're like 99 years old, but it's really specifically for these damn jits. Your favorite content creator is not a fucking god. They can do wrong. Corey's not wrong in this situation, at least in my opinion. Especially now with the Panda Ninja X on. We're going to get to that. But, like, yo, your favorite content creator could do wrong. They are human. They have flaws. All this shit. Stop sucking dick this bad. It is. And I'm not saying for Corey or Corey fan. I'm talking in general, bro. Because Hassan G-Boys is right for you niggas, too. Like, bro. These niggas have flaws and shit. These niggas can make mistakes, be human, have shit that it's not going to be perfect in your eyes, bro. That shit, bro, oh my god, I hate that shit, bro. I really do. It's like, bro, let niggas live their lives, bro. Like, again, and that's not on the factor, like, yo, bro, the heads, we're pulling an ambulance, bro. The audience doesn't appreciate me as much. Like, nah, bro, it's not that either, bro. I'm definitely sure Corey definitely appreciates his fucking audience and the position that they put him in, bro. But, like, this shit, like, bro, them niggas, nah, bro. Just tell them niggas, yo, fuck off, bro. Go watch Corey's old videos.
Honestly, I already knew he was about to say that. I already knew.
Oh, shit, I didn't finish reading the shit, my bad.
What he said.
Nah, man, if you don't like those comments, you need to tell your community that. But I told you that's what's gonna happen. It happened to Brandon, it happened to Mav, and especially gonna happen to you. See, this is the shit that sucks about, bro. I'm telling you, like, this whole jungle I be going in rants. This is why it sucks sometimes putting your peoples on and all that type of beat, because like you yourself, yeah, like yo, within, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to put heads on, or like, you know what I'm saying, collabing and all this type of beat, yeah, like you're giving them more audience, but this also opens them up to being brigaded on some shit like that. That's why I'm like, bro, collabs and shit and all this different genre is so dead. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Honestly, I already knew he was about to say that.
Oh shit, I keep doing a thing where I'm like, I finished the genre.
I'm just putting the video. So what he said.
Yeah, I'm not blocking. Okay, I didn't know when you were gonna upload, if you were done altogether. That's why I asked, but I'm gonna let them know.
Honestly, I already knew he was about to say that.
I don't think like his like, what's the name, his little brother is like fucking feeling the worst ever, bro. He's just like, yo, man, tell me these niggas annoying, bro. We gotta fix this shit. Like, it doesn't seem like he's really in duress. Like, his family and friends, his family specifically, again, his little brother is like suffering because of this certain real pain.
I already knew. I just texted him and told him just to see if he was aware. I already knew he was going to say. That's my brother. I've known him all my life, 16 years. I've known exactly what he was going to say.
The reason I brought up this video in particular is that in the first few minutes, Certified AK discusses Corey's hiatus and proceeds to mention how he texts Corey asking for help, and Corey told him that it's not his responsibility to address Certified AK's community.
Brother, brother, bomba clad bunda. Brother, this is some community shit again. You have two options here. You're going to ignore those niggas, or you're going to tell them, yo, bro, I don't know where the fuck Corey is, bro. Again, you're going to go watch his vids or wait for him to come back. If they still do that shit, bro, only thing you're doing from there is sleeping out, deleting those comments, dog. This is not the, bro, and I'm not, let me not even push it there. Like, this is not something where I feel like you needed to dead ass cut him off. You're feeling like you're at arm's length, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is not that.
Which I personally believe mostly came from Corey, and that it happened to Mav, and it's especially going to happen to you. No.
Wait, what? No way.
This is Corey's hiatus, and proceeds to mention how he texts Corey asking for help, and Corey told him that it's not his responsibility to address Certified AK's community, which I personally believe mostly came from Corey, and that it happened.
What? So you think that Corey told? Wait, no fucking way. So you're telling me that Corey, like, personally was telling his community to go brigade heads like his little brother, you, and other heads? What the fuck? Like, maybe, again, this is why I keep going back. Maybe I'm interpreting this wrong, but
in the first few minutes, Certified AK discusses Corey's hiatus and proceeds to mention how he texts Corey asking for help, and
he texts Corey saying, yo, man, these comments are, like, annoying, bro. Hold on, man.
I already knew. So what he said, guys.
Alright, man, I'm sick of these comments about you. You mind if I make a video? Wait, yeah. Cory, man, I'm sick of these freaking comments about you. You mind if I make a video on why you've been gone so long? I just want these kind of comments to stop. He's not asking for help. He was literally saying himself that he's gonna make a video on why he's been gone. That's not asking. He's like, yo, man, hey, yo, what's going on with the comments, man? I'm gonna have to make a vid saying, yo, bro, you're gone. How is this asking? What? Okay, hold on. Now we're getting.
The reason I brought up this video in particular is that in the first few minutes, Certified AK discusses Cory's hiatus and proceeds to mention how he texts Cory asking for help, and Cory told.
He didn't ask for help. He said he was gonna make a video about, cause like, you know, the comments, like the comments is getting freaking crazy or whatever. He said he was gonna make a vid. He didn't beg him for help or ask him for help. So
Told him that it's not his responsibility to address Certified AK's community, which I personally.
That's not what he didn't say. It wasn't his responsibility. He just said, yo, you gotta tell your community to like knock that shit off. Basically, stop.
Believe mostly came from Cory, and that it happened to Mav, and it's especially gonna happen to you. Knowing that I was one of the closest people to Cory while dealing with the same harassment as another helped validate all of the anguish.
And that's the thing, though, because again, this is the thing. Actually, I'm kind of clarifying my own point. No, so again, it's not going off the preface that like Cory was intentionally telling heads to go brigade them. It's like, yeah, bro, you eventually become big enough to where heads get parasocial enough as fuck to where if you start putting your peoples on or trying to help people out, yeah, these parasocial motherfuckers will start going over to your peoples and shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is a thing of niggas have to break that thin line of parasociality, but Cory is so big that 1% of his audience is bro, it's frankly a lot of heads, bro. At some point, like, you could keep telling heads or whatever the fuck not to do some shit, but some heads are still gonna do it. If we're using the argument that Cory's not saying shit or just going on breaks or whatever, bro, let him go on his fucking breaks, bro. I don't know, bro. Again, I keep saying, bro, either ignore those niggas, block those niggas, or like...
Which I had endured. However, I find it disgusting that this behavior and harassment had to happen to a minor at the time. My wife, Oh Lady Plague, who previously went by Rolam, was also subjected to numerous forms of harassment, such as degrading her character and career, and even receiving death threats for simply speaking out in support of my experiences.
Listen, I don't want to be that guy, be that asshole, but listen, or better yet...
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
Mr. Forensics, or it didn't happen, Piker, or Mr. like, yo, Clipper, it didn't happen. But brother, if this is true, can you show me some examples of this now? Not that I'm doubting it, because obviously, like, yo, or doubting it like to the hefties to be like, yo, fuck you, this shit never happened. But like, again, you're showing me examples of this, I guess you could say, like, Cory not caring or whatever, and even the screenshots of his little bro saying this, John. But brother, if you show me this, if you show me the death threats that your wife was apparently getting, I would be way more like inclined to believe you right now. This is what I'm saying, like.
I was frustrated that others were being just as affected as me, and in hindsight, it would have been easier to stop collaborating and cut ties with Cory earlier on. But when you believe things with your best friend are good, and you're working side by side together, it's hard to see the bigger picture and easier to tolerate the harassment. Once the internet was done.
My question is, did you show him any of these examples of people from his community sending like you death threats and all this type of shit and like harassing you?
Reacting to my video in 2023, I thought that was the end of it. Regarding the recent assertion that came out from an ex-girlfriend of Cory's, I would like to first start off by saying I'm extremely saddened and hurt to hear that there are not only friends and family, but romantic relationships which were also impacted by Cory's selfish behavior. Recently,
but that's literally cap, because again, the claims or the things that she was levying against him, like, they're just not really that substantiated. At worst, culminating everything together, you could say they had a toxic relationship and they should have never been with each other. But I am not calling that bullshittery some fucking emotional abuse, general abuse, and a manipulation. Get the fuck out of here. That shit is dead.
Panda Ninja, who was an ex-girlfriend of Cory's, spoke out about her time being.
Oh yeah, this is the video, by the way.
With him on and off through the years from 2016 onward, providing videos, screenshots.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go through all the substantial proofs. So, substantial proof 1, a video that was literally put out to be misconstrued and be not mischaracterized. Well, yeah, on Cory's part, mischaracterized on his part, but like to be, yeah, like I said, misconstrued and basically to what's the word? What's the word? I literally just have it in my head. To basically the way I'm trying to get it off is like this was supposed to be like a Trojan horse, not even really a well, yeah, kind of like a Trojan horse to like throw you off. So like basically I'm kind of right, because she's levying that he's an emotional abuser, a general abuser, and a manipulator, right? If you go like straight off of this video, off of just like first glance or whatever, like first perception, you think like, what the fuck, yo, Cory's doing shit to her in her sleep, what the hell, nigga, I don't know. You're not supposed to, well, on her part, and that's what we're getting into, but like you would assume the worst, like, oh yeah, he's doing some shit like assault her or whatever. Like this is obviously thrown into like make the first things that are levied make like look even worse and look more substantiated. That's why I'm like, yeah, nah, this is cut out and dry. But anyway, this is one.
Cory's spoke out about her time being with him on and off through the years.
This is the text message.
from 2016 onward, providing videos,
These are the Xbox messages. 3.
screenshots of text message conversations,
And then bada boop, bada bang for the TikTok stories. Yep.
her perspective of their time together. I met Panda in August of 2017, where myself, Panda, and Cory all spent time in person. Not only did I meet Panda, but I got to see her and Cory's chemistry around each other. Based on my own personal conversations with Cory and my time around both him and Panda, I believe her account and confirm that the messages align with what I witnessed. I can confirm that the screenshots she provided when telling her story are in fact true, and Cory's behavior and language.
Again, let's go through them again. Okay, so what's up? You still seeing someone? Why do you ask? Because I'm trying to fuck your life up some more. Again, we already been through this terminology. Fuck your life up, bro. This is like, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. When pets say this shit, we know what it means. We know what this means, bro. We about to bomb. We about to do all this John up. Like, yo, we about to get frisky. It's about to get fire, bro. You know what I mean? Not in the sense of like, yeah, I'm gonna actually fuck your life up. I'm trying to literally manipulate you to destroy your whole career. Well, not career or whatever. I'm not even putting quotes. What career for her? Anyway, sidebar. Like, not trying to just actually destroy her life. Like, come on, bro. What? That was a joke. Jeez. Never heard you curse before. That's why it threw me off. Yeah, this is manipulation. This is abuse. This is general abuse. Come on, man.
Which seen in the text messages are in fact real. Not only are they real messages, but what wasn't publicly shown.
Yeah, the messages are real, but again, they don't substantiate claims being levied, which we just went over. Like, they don't substantiate those.
In the text thread mentions my name as one of the people who Cory informed of his and Panda's relationship at the time. Once Panda's story blew up online, she faced multiple forms of harassment, such as doxing, and even received death threats for simply expressing her truth. Her story wasn't what many people claim to be a nothing burger, making videos disingenuously presenting Panda's story, showcasing a lack.
How is that you know what? No, I'm not even saying I'm about to wait. I'm not about to wait for nothing because we're about to see the whole jump. But to that factor, I don't understand how heads were covering it disingenuously. What she's claiming, again, is that Cory was a general abuser, an emotional abuser, and a manipulator. Nothing that she put out substantiated that. None of this substantiated proof, like, really would levy in that he was any of these things. Again, it more or less looks like they had a toxic-ass relationship and they shouldn't have been with each other. You literally yourself just said it. They were on and off and all that type of beat. They probably should have never been on in the first place.
Of care for a very serious circumstance. In Panda speaking out, she set forth the openness and strength for others with similar stories to step out of the shadows. Shortly after Panda's story circulated, another woman reached out to Panda with more proof of Cory's terrible behavior with women.
And this is something that, again, Miss Panda Ninja X Hun, Miss Panda Ninja X, yeah, X, or whatever. This is something that Hun was saying, but if that's really the case and we feel as though you have substantial Johns on that, of course, by all means, bro. This ain't no dumb Pokemon John, believe victims or whatever, just off the strength, off the basis. Nah, we need that proof. But if this other person, another Hun or whatever, that also, I guess, had some John going on with Cory, can corroborate that, and she has all that, by all means, like I was just saying, drop that. This only goes to show, like, further, damn, there's so much shit I'm going over. But this only goes to show, like, further proof that, yeah, Cory would need to be brought to justice. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand. If you have that, let's see it. Like, bro, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be Mr. Francis or it didn't happen Piker, but my God, like, bro, this would be the base Jones to really condemn Cory and bring him to justice. I don't understand why we would not show this, or why this, like, Hun wouldn't want to out this John. I totally understand the backlash of it, because obviously some heads that are super, again, fans will be on some weird shit, but if you have substantial proof and all that could really corroborate it, anyone looking at it objectively and truthfully, like me, would be like, okay, yeah, this is, yeah, we're done, obviously getting considered this and not write this off. So I'm
disregarding personal boundaries, and even going so far as to have close friends keep tabs on what these women were saying and doing on their social media accounts. In 2015, I received a YouTube DM from a woman who was close friends with Cory at the time.
Damn, bro, this is a lot. This is just in case you didn't check out YouTube private messages since I sent you this there first. Hey, Mav, Mike, here. I wanted to talk to you about something important. It's about Cory. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. I've just been wondering something for a few weeks now, and your input, if you don't mind, that is. Would really help me come to a conclusion, since you're his best friend and know him better than I do. Me and Cory have known each other for a little over a year now, and I've been talking a lot over that duration of YouTube and Skype, mostly over Skype. On the 24th of April this year is when we started voice chatting, and we have been voice chatting ever since. Now this is what I need help with. A few times I noticed very strong, clear signs of flirting and hitting on me, and no, not in his usual joking manner. He sounds serious, and I don't go to conclusions unless there is a legitimate evidence. So this is a genuine situation from him, like complimenting me on my smile, my eyes, me overall for a long period of time. Not just a quick observation like my other friends do. Even asked me if I have a boyfriend, how long ago that and how long ago it was that I had one. Yo, bro. So stupid. At first, I thought he was just innocently curious, but after that, he told me that he misses. He misses. Does it go straight down here? Misses having a girlfriend. Okay, yeah, there it goes. And he also asked how many boyfriends I've had and why it didn't work out with them. Every bad quality I've mentioned in my boyfriend's past. Corey said he doesn't do that stuff, or he does have positive things that my past boyfriend didn't have. And I said in a very obvious, flirty, and hopeful way, as if trying to truly point me in his direction, saying to date him rather than those other guys. Now, it doesn't seem like just innocent curious anymore. I've never gotten such strong signs of romantic interest for someone that just wants to be friends. So that makes me think that he has romantic feelings for me and is interested in dating me, but I'm not completely sure. Am I just looking at this from the wrong angle? Did he mean these things innocently and didn't know how it came off? I'm so unsure. If you can help shed light to this mystery, I would very much appreciate it. P.S. Sorry this message so long. I'm going to talk to him about it, but only if it turns out that him having feelings for me is true. I'm trying to avoid embarrassment. Brother, I don't even know why you responded to this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Build your own relationship, bro. Talk and build that connection with the person, bro. I don't want no fucking advice from their best friend, all this other shit, bro. I'm gonna build that job myself, bro. I'm not saying that you obviously can't get others' input, duh. Like, people go to their friends, family about relationships and stuff going on in their relationship all the time. But, like, bro, we doing this. We shooting emails to, like, one of his mans or whatever the fuck. You're DMing him in his YouTube private messages. Get the fuck out of here with this shit, bro. Just talk to the nigga Corey yourself. What the hell are we doing? Hey, I'm sorry, I'm just now receiving this. As far as this goes, I'm not too sure what his intentions are or anything like that. Like, again, like, why the fuck would you even respond to this shit? This is really seeming like some parasocial ass John. Like, was she another creator? Because if she was, I'm gonna give it a buck, and then this shit gonna sound fucked up because it's always like, you know, shout out, share love with the audience again. But was she just some fucking fan? Like, was she some fucking G-boy or some shit? Like, why the hell would you even email her back? I see no purpose in this shit, bro. Like, especially as one of his mans, bro. You got nothing to input on, no girly pops that he trying, you know what I'm saying, be involved. Like, bro, maybe I'm taking it too far on my shit. I just think this whole shit is dumb. But anyway, I'm not too sure what his intentions are or anything like that. He could just be joking or want someone he can talk to like that. But I really don't know. Law would just say talk to him and ask him because it's probably be better to get it out the way very sooner or later. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. But again, like, I don't even know how you would respond to this, bro. This, like, bro, let your mans handle this. Law, but like I said, I'm not sure if he's super interested. Sounds like he maybe, or just wants to flirt and be friends, flirty friends, lol. So yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't be much help on this matter, although I wish I could. Nah, bro, you shouldn't. Fuck helping on this matter, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, yo, this your mans, bro. Bro, oh my god. See, maybe I'm thinking of this shit way too much from an optics standpoint. But still, even on the optics, bro, why the hell would you just email back this random person? This your man's, you know he a big content creator, all this different type of, like, bro, this just not even good situations, bro. If he got some junk going on, conversating with a girly pop and all that, bro, keep it between him. Bro, I'm sorry, this shit going right to spam. Boy, get the fuck out of here, like.
Asking for clarification about their friendship, wondering if there was more of a romantic interest by the way he would speak to her. I couldn't provide any clarity though, and I didn't think much of it at the time. A few years ago, she replied to—
This is me answering from another channel. Oh yeah, me and Kenshin were really close friends. We aren't anymore due to him believing what a fan said about me, and yet I mean for being a terrible person. None of it was true, but people believe what they choose to, so I distance myself from him in his videos. Nothing against him, past is past. Again. Again, this is literally he said, she said. All I can do is take your word for it, and I'm sorry, bruh. Coming from all characters pointing right now, which is Panda and Jackson, definitely not taking her word for it off her substantial proof. It's looking disingenuous on Mav Attack's John right now, because especially from that other stuff, like, dog, yo, the harassment and all that, John, the death threats and all that. Again, I'm not saying that John definitely didn't happen, but if he could show some examples, that would very much help his credibility right now. So yeah, I'm very not inclined to trust any of these heads. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude.
a YouTube comment on her channel, updating someone about her and Corey's friendship, and stated that they weren't friends anymore due to him believing what a fan said about me and yelled at me for being a terrible person. Another person who I believe is a victim in all of this, who, out of respect for her privacy, I won't mention by name, is a woman I met early on in Corey and I's friendship, who happened to be a long-time on and off high school girlfriend of Corey's. In between all of his questionable relationships with women, it seemed to me there was always someone he could fall—
Wait, I'm so wait.
This, who, out of respect for her privacy, I won't mention by name, is a woman I met early on in Corey and I's—
Wait, am I fucking stupid? Like,
person who I believe is a victim in all of this, who, out of respect for her privacy, I won't mention by name, is a woman I met early on in Corey and I's friendship, who happened to be a long-time on and off high school—
Correct me if I'm wrong. You won't mention her by name, but you'll show her face? Listen, like, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't it be easier to find someone by their face instead of their name? If I use the name John, you know how many niggas have the name John? I think it's gonna be better to identify it by the face than just by the name. So what?
Girlfriend of Corey's. In between all of his questionable relationships with women, it seemed to me there was always someone he could fall back on. I recall one situation where Corey had a random woman come out to his house when his girlfriend came over unannounced and awkwardly found Corey and the woman in his bedroom. This is just a subtle glimpse into how Corey treats.
I'm dead ass with y'all. I'm not even trying to be like the Schiller or nothing. And like the Schiller, I'm funny as hell. But like, yeah, the Schleider, the fucking Glazer, the sweeper. But I can only just go with a grain of salt on all of this. You're just telling me this stuff happened. There's nothing to substantiate this. And again, if we're going on patterns of behavior, nothing that Panda Ninja X, with her substantial proof, corroborates that Corey has a pattern of stuff like this. Like, I'm going to be real with you.
His relationship with women. In my view, Corey often disregarded the emotions and boundaries of people around him, especially women, treating relationships casually and selfishly. I felt the need to write a statement to help further validate the.
Yeah, like, but that's to you, though. That's to you, though, because what is casually and selfish in a relationship to you, though? Because now we're sitting here on nuances. We know colloquially, like, on general, like, what that means, like, casual, or, like, you don't care, or whatever, like, duh. But shoot, to him, like, again, arm's length, he's looking like high maintenance friend. My nigga, if I don't text him, bro, I appreciate you every day, he might go in a hissy fit, start bitching, moaning, and crying. So, like, what does that mean to him? Like, I really need to know. Like,
victim's experiences, and in my experience, this was psychological manipulation and emotional abuse. It's been difficult to reconcile the public image you've built, one centered around faith, morality, and Christian values, with the private behavior I and others have personally witnessed over the years. In my experience and personal interactions, there's a deep disconnect between the public persona you've cultivated and the conduct I observed in private settings, utilizing.
And that's, again, another thing I have to take his word for, because, I haven't personally been around Corey to evaluate how he is in normal settings and all that shit. But at least from what we've seen online, yo, Corey is, like, a chill dude. He just likes having fun, all that type of shit, bro. He doesn't seem like nothing that we have seen, again, publicly, which is a thing that even hypocritical Trilly, I'll call myself out for. You can only perceive what we have from, again, the public view, what people post online and all that. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes and all that. But even still, using what we can, changing patterns of behavior, using, like, you know, patterns of behavior, bro, nothing corroborates that Corey does any of this shit.
A family-safe brand image to attract children and people who may not know any better is disgusting in my eyes. I believe all you care about is yourself and protecting your brand image. I don't believe you care about your audience, and I sure don't believe you care about your friends or your family. This isn't about trying to dirty Corey's name, because I believe he's done that.
I'm like, I don't know about that. Maybe you're not trying to go out of your way to slander him or some shit, which, again, I mean, if any of this were to come out that none of this is true at all, that's exactly what you'd be doing. But I don't think you're trying to go out of your way to slander him, but obviously, if these are negative qualities about Corey, this is definitely going to be a hindrance to his name. Like, I don't know.
Himself to anyone who has ever seen past his facade. This video isn't about clout or trying to build or gain anything from his name or platform. There was a point in time where I truly thought Corey was a good person, but as time has gone on and more people have received personal traumas due to his actions, I felt I needed to speak. Mental and emotional abuse are very much a real thing that is typically not taken seriously by society.
Who's saying that? Who's saying it's not a real thing? And who's saying I'm not taking it serious? It's just by all... Oh, shit. It's just by all accounts, looking at Panda Ninja XXX, or I'm just going to say Panda Ninja, looking at what she put out for the proof that Corey is an abuser, an emotional abuser, and a manipulator, it's not enough for me. It's not enough. Especially not the fucking TikTok stories. I'm sorry, brother. I don't, like, bro, if it's disrespectful to her, which, again, it's no slight or none of that shit, it looks like 2012 Wattpad Tumblr bullshittery. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not taking that shit serious. And the actual messages and shit, nothing, again, in that corroborates the shit either. It looks like toxic relationship, dog. I'm telling you, like...
Society at large, especially when it comes from a woman's voice. Just because someone isn't physically abused doesn't mean we get to take the victim's voices lightly. What I have personally witnessed and gone through, and what others have shared, all mirror emotional abuse to me. The last text Corey sent me mentioned that he was hopeful to change and
Holy shit. Last text I realized I never forgave you for it. I thought I did by continuing a dialogue with you and gaming with you a few times, but I truly did not. Forgiveness is not continuously treating someone like they wronged you. You never really taught me that, and moving forward in this life, I will take this as a lesson. I went through with a lot of shit with my mom, and I kind of do the same to her. I felt like she never really answered for her actions against the family, but holding on to that anger, the same anger I was holding on against you has only deteriorated those relationships until this one decayed completely. I still need to work on myself. We all do. You were my best friend at one point in time, and I will cherish those times forever. I'll always have your back, never badmouthed you to anyone, loved you like a real brother, and will continue to see what you, I will continue to see what you're up to from time to time, and hopefully our paths cross again. This shit seemed to me like handling this just on peas, bro. Taking it in that, yeah, bro, listen, I'm not perfect, I understand. Yo, even with Cory discussing in like this currently, bro. Even with the whole Jones and his personal relationships, like with his mom, bro. Like, yeah, he understands he's not a perfect person. There's Jones he could do better on, bro. But hey, at least he's acknowledging that, bro. Like, he can do better as a person. All this different type of beat. And again, how does any of that corroborate still the stuff that you're talking about, and or the stuff that Miss Panda Ninja is talking about? Like, it really doesn't. Again, if anything, this puts him in a better light because he can acknowledge that, yeah, he can make mistakes and all the different type of John, which is something he was also saying in those messages where, like, yo, I remember the one John he was literally saying that, like, yo, he loves her and all that, and he wasn't trying to wrong her or use her for her body. Like, what the
Compare things with his mother, because the same anger he had towards me, he held against her, and maybe their relationship wouldn't have to decay the same way ours did. Not only do I believe that you haven't changed, but from my perspective, you continue to misuse the influence you've been given, taking advantage of situations and people when it suits you. In my experience, your behavior has followed a deeply harmful pattern that echoes emotional and psychological manipulation, all the while being enabled by the one so dedicated to keeping your name in a good light. You've given millions the false impression that you're a man of God and that you're a beacon of light, and from my perspective, the culture surrounding your platform mirrors the harm I believe you've caused behind the scenes, reflecting a pattern of disregard towards women, close friends, and those who once trusted you, including myself. Cory's fanbase has at times engaged in patterns of misogynistic harassment, particularly towards women and those who speak critically or share personal experiences. While creators can't control every
Can you show some examples, brother?
follower, the absence of public acknowledgement from Cory has contributed to a climate where this behavior is often left unchecked. In my experience, this is a massive parasocial problem, and Cory's fanbase is a huge example.
And I agree with you, but I need you to show some examples. And also to this, yeah, again, with parasocial fandoms and some heads within fandoms being way too fucking parasocial and cringe, I agree that does happen. But again, within this, to corroborate what you're saying, can you show some examples of this? Because then I would be more or less inclined to believe you.
Of the lengths people will go to defend someone they know absolutely nothing about. I also do not fault Panda for reacting the way she did after her experience was shared. People who are on the outside looking in will never truly understand the attention and scrutiny you'll face when dealing with a massive slice of the internet, especially when...
Well, yes, and again, this is exactly what I said, what I did earlier. There's still going to be heads no matter how much proof you have to deny it because they want to suck dick so fucking bad. It's like, yeah, fuck those niggas. I'm with you, bruh. Her substantial proof of the thing she was levying was dog shit. It is not enough to be sitting here and saying definitively that Cory is an abuser, an emotional abuser, and a manipulator. That shit is not enough. Not those goddamn Xbox messages, not that one Discord message, not that one text message, definitely not that TikTok shit. Dude, come on, bro, get real.
Speaking your truth about a large figure in that space and how easy it is to spiral, causing one to potentially change information on their account, hide content, or even deactivate altogether. You can't know how to handle or manage when you're going through that constant pressure, especially if you've never experienced anything like that, which most of you have not. I followed a similar pattern as Panda with my 2000...
Sure, again, I can't speak on behalf of people that have gone through, saying abusive relationships and, abuse and things and such like that. But obviously, we can take into account what things are factual and what things are not. And the factual substantial proof we've seen does not corroborate these claims.
23 video, not knowing how to handle all of the voices and opinions from the public at large, feeling isolated, alone, and lost. Something that big can cause you to not think and just act due to the shock of circumstance. And
my first thing in life, number one, is family. Why is she not if she feels as though because of situations like this her mental health is deteriorating? One, we were saying, why did she, well, no, better yet, before that, one, you need to go talk to people who have your best interests at heart. Primarily, I would assume her family. So she needed to, one, go do that. And two, to that, a lot of people were saying, even I was saying this a little bit, bro, she should have just tried to clear this up with Cory way earlier than now. Like, this shit happened almost a decade ago, like 8 years ago. I don't understand. This is not... These arguments are not solid to me, bro.
How much of an impact your words may have. Large platforms should be utilized to help the world, not be kept quiet and in the shadows only when it's convenient for the person running them to benefit from it. I want to address one last thing about my video from 2023.
So are we just virtue signaling? Like, what?
A lot of people tried to push the narrative that I was jealous of Cory's success or that I was a clout chaser. From everything I've seen, that couldn't be further from the truth. Panda showed me a conversation she had with Cory. He was spending time with Dashi, a close friend and collaborator of his, and brought up how rich Dashi is.
Lol, you're basically up there with him. What does he have different than what you have? A movie called Skyscraper, and if you came here, you'd know this. Dude, way richer. Was it good? Lol, you both are sex plus something to be proud of. Facts. And yeah, it was decent. Bro, I'm not.
How he wasn't as rich, while also being annoyed that Panda admired Dashi. To me, that was...
Oh shit, you're with Dashi, lol. Tell him you said hello. True, yeah, true, your fave. I'm on Cory, you're my fave. Don't get jelly. You're jelly. Ooh, please tell Dashi. Bro, are you dead ass serious, bro? There is no... Bunda.
Bombocat!
Bombocat, wagwan. You're not taking this as actual jealousy, right? Like, we're not taking these text messages serious, right? Like he said,
Bumbleclad!
Bomboclad wagwan bunda. This one ain't it wagwan. This one ain't it. This legitimately does nothing for me. Are we actually taking this serious? Lamo Curry, you know my fave. Don't get jelly. You're jelly. Ooh, please, Dashi yells too much. There's no way right now, bro. There is no way. It's like, bro, what are we doing, bro? Bomboclat, bunda. Bomboclat. I'm like, bro, where are my headphones at, bro?
revealing. It suggested that instead of being confident in the friendship, he compared himself to someone close to him and turned it into a point of tension. I bring up Dashi for two reasons. First, because I've personally met and hung around him on multiple occasions. Second, because if I were close to someone who carried feelings of inadequacy into their friendships, I'd want to know. From my perspective, Cory sometimes leveraged his relationship with Dashi in ways that felt unhealthy. It wasn't just casual name dropping. It came across like he was using it to provoke Panda, to test her, even to create arguments. The effect was that even something as simple as a birthday wish could turn into a conflict. In my view, that shows a pattern of...
In my view, this shows if that were to be true, toxic relationship, they should have never been with each other in the first place.
Emotional manipulation, not for connection, but
not at all.
For control. That's why I believe it's important to talk about. Because when you see someone consistently using situations or people to create distance instead of closeness, that's not just insecurity, it can be damaging to the people around.
Bunda, we're at 1355. Where was that shit just at? This is nowhere near emotional manipulation. Please get the fuck out of here. This, you think this is Lelouch type of shit? Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. One more time for him. Oh, Bunda.
Lelouch v. Britannia commands you. Obey me, subjects!
Obey me, world! You think this is top tier manipulator? This is Lelouch light? Ayana Koji? Bro. Bunda. This not that. I'm gonna let you know. This is what I like to call bullshittery. This is what I like to call fucking around, you know what I'm saying? And the text messages, fucking around in the DMs and doing dumb shit. That's what I call this.
Be damaging to the people around them. I was never jealous of Cory's success. Jealousy isn't telling Cory's community off while still wanting to work with and enjoy my time with him because he was my best friend, even though I hated the toxicity of his community. I believe wanting to see the fruits of my hard work and labor day after day is not being jealous. I was never jealous of Cory. I'm taking this time to take accountability.
Yeah, again, I don't care if you weren't or weren't. Can you show me some, like, again, like, you know, screenshots of, like, all this harassment and all that? Like, can you show me some comments, like, more comments of people doing this? You know what I mean? Because, again, even going back, like, what are we at, 14, 17? Even going back to this thing with, Cory's brother. If this is an example of the harassment in Jones like this, where you're saying, yo, what happened to Cory? Please tell us if you know anything. This honestly isn't even bad in itself. Like, and that's not to go crazy on, like, you know what I'm saying, Cory's little bro or whatever. Because, like, again, I could understand. He's his little brother. I'm sure he gets these shits all the time in his comments or whatever fuck. So that would be annoying. But if we're saying that this is, like, harassment within all that, saying shit like this, dude, there's no way in hell. Like, there's no fucking way.
Jealous of Cory. I'm taking this time to take accountability for not standing up for women because in the past, I was ignorant to them seeking help regarding Cory. Moving forward, I'm no longer letting those voices remain silent. I want to make it very clear that this statement is not an attempt to slander, defame, or cause harm to Cory. This is a statement rooted in my own experience, observations, and in support of those who've been affected, which is being shared in good faith and for the purpose of transparency, incitement of dialogue, and accountability. I felt manipulated by Cory's actions and emotionally harmed by how he...
You felt manipulated. But, see, and that's what I'm saying, brother. I'm not trying to take away how you feel and shit, but you feel manipulated. But if more people evaluate this situation, a lot more people would probably say that you weren't manipulated. And that's the disconnect that him and I'm sure Panda Ninja is, like, going to not be feeling. Like,
treated me and others, and I believe that a public apology and acknowledgement is not only justified, but...
That's not gonna happen, brother. I'll let you know right now. It ain't gonna happen, brother.
Very necessary for healing. Thank you so much for hearing my voice. And now, standing side by side with me, here is Panda Ninja, who has a few things to say. Panda, I want to thank you so much for your courage and you speaking out and presenting everything in your story. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mav. I'm Panda, also known as Panda Ninja, but one you mocked, misquoted, and tried to bury under your projections. Guess what? I'm still here. Surprised to see us in the same video? Yeah, we figured. Instead of letting strangers rewrite the story...
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, niggas can cancel me again. Her substantiated proof, not substantiated shit. So.
We're saying it ourselves, direct and unfiltered. Awkward, isn't it? You weren't ready for this. This isn't about
Nah, I doubt it's awkward. I doubt he's even watching this shit, to be real with you.
canceling him. It's about accountability. Canceling erases people. Accountability forces them to face what they've done. If that feels
Yeah, accountability. I say it all the time. People never take accountability for shit. But to take accountability, you have to do bad acts. As far as we're concerned, the worst thing he did was that you two had a toxic relationship that you both shouldn't have been in. So,
like canceling, that's because nobody's ever held him accountable before. Here's the truth. He didn't need to put his hands on me to leave scars. He punished with silence. He messed with my head. Gaslit. Love bomb. Disappeared. Then spun the story to make me look unstable. That was control. The way he treated me left me
spun the story. You didn't say anything at all.
feeling mentally and emotionally abused. It wasn't just me. Others around him felt it too. Everybody swears they care about mental health until it's right in front of them. You can't claim to fight for it while weaponizing it against survivors. That's not support, and it's why so many shut up and suffer in silence. And no, I didn't post every detail. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. It means I was protected. Everybody swears they care about mental health until it's right in front of them. You can't claim to fight for it while weaponizing it against survivors. That's not support, and it's why so many shut up and suffer in silence. And no.
Also, wait, not getting to the next thing she's about to say, but previously before that, yo, weaponizing the John, don't you think, especially with your video, hun, that you posted, which, if that were to be a real scenario, whatever, huns that are being sexually assaulted in their sleep or whatever, wouldn't you say that within you, you know, not really having that much substantial evidence on the factor of almost lying and all that beat, or not even almost, some of these shits are direct lies, let's keep it a buck, wouldn't that be disrespectful to actual victims and all that? That's one. And then two to this, what she's about to say, again, ridiculous.
I didn't post every detail. That doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Nah. You should have posted every single detail, and that was another thing. Like, yo, especially with the video, and I remember she was talking with the Alpha Bull or whatever. Like, shouldn't you felt you should have clarified the context around all of these things or whatever? And no, or better even getting before that. You should definitely add all of the context to all of these so we can see the whole picture and really be able to paint everything. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be on a Picasso shit. He said, "Let me paint it for you, nigga. Picture this." I ain't gonna lie. But slide back. Within the video and all that, yeah, talking to the bull, Alpha or whatever, you were directly saying how you don't feel as though you had to clarify the context behind that video and all that type of shit. So again, now looking at this, why should ever be inclined to trust you with anything if you won't even clarify the full context of things? And two, now you're saying it again that you won't put out full context. Like, what? So then I'm even less inclined to believe you. What are we talking about?
It means I was protecting myself from him and from the internet circus that never shuts the fuck up. Also, y'all ran with some essay shit I never even said. Not once, not hinted at all. But because reading is...
What was the point of posting the video? If you were acknowledging that that's what you weren't trying to allege that, what was the point of posting that video? This is immediately where you get boxed. Because the answer is there's none. You levied that he was an emotional abuser, what's the name? A regular abuser and a manipulator. That video, especially within the context, you were trying to paint it, and don't lie, you knew exactly how that boy was going to come off. You knew how people were going to apply that shit. And look at it. That shit had nothing to do with anything you levied. There was no purpose in posting that video. So you're right. You didn't have to say shit. You were just going to let it sit until niggas got on your ass about it.
Hard and critical thinking is extinct. You turn your own fake
No, clearly, extinct for you.
Lie into a whole narrative. I said he didn't do that. I repeated it. The fact I had to say it over and over proves you weren't listening.
You should have never posted the clip initially because it didn't add to your story. It only made it worse and made it be more misconstrued. Oh my god.
Twisting on purpose. Just because it wasn't essay doesn't mean it wasn't abuse. Doesn't mean it didn't damage.
Well, I know it wasn't either essay or abuse because, again, you're both smiling during that, John, indicating that you both are obviously not pressed about what was going on. Like, and one, also to that, Cory, joking. How the fuck do we even know if he actually did anything? We don't. What the fuck? And even sidebarring that, how is that, John, mental abuse when you were smiling in the video? Hun.
If that still doesn't click, you're not confused, you're willfully ignorant. And I'm not here to babysit anybody through common sense. Nobody told y'all to run like dumbasses making up storylines and believing lies. I don't...
What are you talking about? You're calling us the dumbasses that ran with a story. Obviously, you didn't have your full story out, so you should have waited till you had every detail. And I'm the dumbass? Hun, what you don't understand is that what you were levying is very serious shit. So when you're doing that, you need to take it serious your goddamn self, especially if you are the victim. I would assume you would be the one taking it the most. What the fuck? Like, yeah.
Owe anyone any updates. Especially not people who only show up for the drama. You don't want truth, you want content. Because I don't
It's so funny because I'm the drama slop tuber, but honestly, fuck the drama right now. I want the goddamn facts. And you just admitted again, like not a minute or two ago, that you leave out context intentionally. I didn't post this because, what the fuck do you mean? Bro, like, what? Yo.
post on your schedule, suddenly I'm hiding or lying. Bitch, please. It means I'm not desperate for attention like the rest of you.
Sure. Go ahead, hon. So, wait. Bring it back. For the things you were levying again, hon, which was that, and I'll keep fucking repeating it like I did for all them other videos because we'll stamp it in. You were levying that, again, he was an emotional abuser, a general abuser, and a manipulator. Okay, right? Where in that did we need that 3-part TikTok series? That shit, yeah, bro, that might have been for clout. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because if you are straight trying to get to the brass tacks and have Cory condemned for justice, you giving us the straight proof, and let's keep it to that. I'm not telling Huns they can't tell a story and all that type of beat. But usually when Huns, and especially Huns that are victims, and again, it's tragic that just don't happen to the Huns. You already know how I feel about the girly pop.
Girly pop.
Number one, nothing happened to the Huns. You feel me? But yo, within all that, when Huns tell their story of being victims, it usually pertains, you know, to an actual true story. This shit is like real. This John actually happened to them. They will tell you and all that. From what you're saying and from what we're seeing from what you were saying, none of that's corroborated. None of this stuff is corroborated. None. Not zip. Nada. And then you're also saying that there's other Huns. Where are they? Because at this point, I don't want to talk to the Mav nigga and I don't want to talk to you. If they have some actual, you know what I'm saying, Johns, to prove that to prove that, yeah, they are victims and that Cory should be condemned, I would love to speak to them. I don't want to talk to your ass anymore. Like,
the same people calling me a clout chaser are literally the ones posting shit for attention. Y'all made hate videos, ran your mouths, and tried to go viral off me, but somehow I'm the fucking problem. As if the damage he caused wasn't enough.
yes, because what you're levying against Cory was not substantiated good enough. So it's looking like misinformation, slander, defamation, like, yo, come on.
Then came the fake accounts, thread after thread of lies, posts with words I never.
Yeah, and we talked about these motherfuckers. Fuck these people making a fake accounts. I'm not believing those niggas. What came directly from you, the Xbox messages, the text message, the Discord message, all that shit came from you, it's looking like BS.
Said messages I never wrote. Some even claimed I edited conversations. Like, that makes sense. Y'all couldn't even tell the difference between Xbox and Discord, dude. Then you went and made a whole
No, I could tell the perfect difference, and they both were bullshittery that did nothing to help your arguments.
Xbox account, or maybe you just recycled the one you already had. Who even knows? Either way, the desperation was showing because nothing screams we've got truth like faking accounts and inventing posts. All that effort just to make someone.
Nothing screams you got truth like, damn, and my fucking camera died. That's the funniest part about it. But I don't care, I'm still seeing it. Nothing, you know what? No, because Head's gotta see my face. I don't give a fuck, bro, because this shit is hilarious. It's not, now we getting it. Nothing says truth. Like levying allegations that you couldn't substantiate because, again, they don't corroborate what you're levying. Nothing says truth like that. Nothing sure does. What are we talking about? Like, come on. Oh my god, my bad, y'all. I done messed up the battery and all that. Yo, this is ridiculous, bro. Like, this is generally ridiculous. I can't even believe this right now. Like,
Innocent look bad just to protect a person you think matters more. Strangers who knew nothing.
No, what did you say? Go back.
All that effort just to make someone innocent look bad just to protect a person you think matters more. Strangers who knew nothing.
I don't think Cory matters more. I think Cory is an excellent and beloved creator, but I say it all the time, bro. Nobody owes niggas shit. This is the same thing with the parasocial Jones, bro. I love and appreciate the audience because they're watching the vids for Trilly, enjoying the slops together. You know what I'm saying? Heads watching, put $1 in my pocket. I'm not gonna lie, we gonna put using the dollars. Y'all watching in my pocket. We gonna put the boss in a 5-bath and all that. You gotta appreciate Heads, bro. You gotta break that parasocial line, bro. Never. You have to snap that shit. I be bro.
I think we're effort just to make someone innocent look bad just to protect a person you think matters more.
Yeah, and then getting back to the matters more part. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Heads is just content creators. You could have a favorite content creator, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it a whole stack, bro. At the end of the day, even if your favorite fucking content creator passes, bruh, yeah, you might be a little sad. Damn, you not getting no videos from that nigga no more. But guess what? You gonna keep living on, though. Your ass will move on, though. You'll watch somebody else. What the fuck are we talking about? We don't think Cory matters more. Some of them parasocial niggas do. I'm worried about what's facts and what is not. Bro, fuck out of here. They try. I'm not going for the pillow talk panders. We're going to keep it to the facts, because that's where it's at. Like, bro, I'm tired of that shit. It is so annoying. Like,
strangers who knew nothing were pretending to be credible witnesses. They didn't solve anything. They just put his toxic fan base on display. And the funniest part, you call me.
You realize how we're still just talking and we're not showing more proof to corroborate the things that we're saying? Like, we're just talking. Like, yeah, and obviously all heads can do is talk, but you know what I mean? Like, we're just giving more storylines. Oh no, you see I was doing this, and these people won't shut the fuck up, and you're just trying to put me down, hun. If you want me to put you on the pedestal, please put the substantial proof on the pedestal, because what you gave up is not enough. What Mav Attack was showing is not enough for me. I'm sorry, bro. It's not.
But nothing's weirder than strangers spending hours creating lies about someone they don't even know. You two, tell me again.
I'm not telling not one lie. Everything I'm talking about is coming straight from you, from the bull. Mav Attack is coming straight from those heads, bro. And he heads directly in this John, bro.
Who's weird? And the worst part, he chose to sit back and let it happen. This is the man who calls himself a Christian. He allowed harassment to happen in his name. He stayed silent while others did the fighting for him, and he built a brand on values he never lived by. Christian on Sunday, manipulator.
Yo, y'all, these heads gotta understand, bro. You not gonna talk about it, bro. Especially, nah, fuck this, bro. Especially as a creator, you not gonna speak on every jump, bro. You not gonna do every jump, bro. And then heads start feeling like, yo, oh my god, it's another thing too. Heads start feeling like they entitled to every single second of your day. If you want them to say some John, start doing some John. I'm done with the victim complex shit. Again, like, yo, I'm not saying that Hun hasn't gone through some mental struggles and all that type of beat. She probably has and all that type of jump, bro. Maybe it was because of the toxic relationship she had with Cory. He was not an abuser. He was not mentally abusing you, and he was not manipulating you. I'm sorry to tell you, at least in my opinion or whatever. Fucking, again, cancel me if you want to. But yo, this is not even seeming. This is so pandery. We're not going off of, again, what you showed as proof. Let's talk more about that. Flesh that out more. I don't want to keep hearing this, John. I already saw the 3-part series. Oh my god, I already saw that shit.
Every other day. Tell me, what's Christian about that fucking coward? And don't get it twisted. Bringing up his religion isn't crazy. He built that image himself. Wore it like armor. Used to sell himself as someone pure and untouchable.
Could you show me examples of him flexing Christianity, all this type of beat to where he cannot be absolved? Like where his faith, where him, you know, saying being Christian and all that, absolve him of criticism. Can you show me those clips? Could you please? Right now, hun. After I unpause this shit, it better be a clip of this. Because if it's not, again, I don't give a fuck. Now what?
Isn't about belief. It's about behavior that never lined up with the values he claimed to represent. There's a difference. You don't have to believe me. Truth is, most of you never wanted to. You dragged me before I even had the chance to speak. Let's be real.
I need y'all to go back and just listen to this.
So, as someone pure and untouchable, this isn't about belief. It's about behavior that never lined up with the values he claimed to represent. There's a difference. You don't have to believe me. Truth is, most of you...
There's a difference. You don't have to believe me. Okay.
Never wanted to.
Truth is, most of you never wanted to. Again, the Cory Glazers, yeah, them niggas probably didn't want to. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. This is how, again, it is for every motherfucker when they have these goddamn G-boys, bro. It happens. You have niggas that are really wanting to suck dick, will disregard everything, look past everything, and just glaze the creator. I'm not one of those niggas, and I can't be, as especially a creator who does drama, commentary, slop, and all that. We have to be objective. But, hun, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't want to believe you. And not because, oh, I'm a Cory Glazer, because, yo, I don't want to believe that Cory's doing these bad acts. And also, I'm not going to just immediately believe you, because that was a whole nother thing that you did and said in your TikTok, John, by the way. Hold on, nah, bro. Let me bring this boy up. That was a whole nother John you did, by the way. Hold up.
Would he be there if your life fell apart tomorrow? You don't have to wait for proof. The red flag's already there.
You don't have to wait for proof. The red flags are already there. So yes, hun, I am not going to just immediately believe you, and no, it's not off the factor of I don't want to. I'm just not going to immediately believe you. No, we need to see more proof and stuff like that. This is how heads end up getting false allegations and shit. What are we talking about? Simple. Like,
you dragged me before I even had the chance to speak. Let's be real, nobody else came forward because they saw exactly how I was treated. They stayed quiet out of fear, and I can't blame them, really. When I went on lives to explain pushing through stress just to be heard, y'all ignored the word.
That does nothing for me.
It's about behavior that never lined up with the values he claimed to represent. There's a difference. You don't have to believe me. Truth is, most of you never wanted to. You dragged me before I even had the chance to speak. And let's be real, nobody else came forward because they saw exactly how I was treated. They stayed.
No. No one else came forward for either one of 2 or 3 reasons. 1, because there is no one else. 2, because, oh my god, maybe if something did happen with Cory or whatever, per se, yeah, they probably want to formulate their whole story so that when they do drop that, drop their story, drop everything like that, it's a bit actually not a bit, it's way more cohesive and comprehensive than how you dropped it, hun. They want to make sure that the messages got across so Cory can be brought to justice in that hypothetical. What are we talking about? Because of fear? Because they're getting harassed? Yes, there's that happens with every creator when you're dropping things against them. Because yes, as we discussed, they have G-Boy Glazers. But if you have something to superficially stamp in that they were a bad partner or doing all of these things, yeah, I don't give a fuck about those niggas. Because we're going to be looking at them. You know how we're doing. Actually, you don't know. But for heads watching EHD Cinematic Universe, the perfect example of this is Destiny. I don't give a fuck what those DGG G-Boys say, nigga. You will be asking that nigga what the fuck is on his hard drive. So you see the correlation? No, I don't care what those heads have to say glazing up Cory. Listen, and again, that's nothing against Cory's fanbase or whatever, but I don't care what the Glazer Bulls have to say. I want to talk facts. And you can't talk those, hun. You can't.
Quiet out of fear. And I can't blame them, really. When I went on lives to explain pushing through stress just to be heard, y'all ignored the words and clowned how I spoke. Like, that's what mattered. Let me spell it out for you since mostly...
I ain't do that. Hun, I don't care how you speak. I don't care about coaches. I don't care about none of that. I just want cool peoples to be happy. That's it. Like, none of that matters to me. What I had seen on a live is, again, that you weren't trying to clarify what was the context behind using that clip as evidence. That's what I saw.
You clearly don't know me. Stress triggers medical conditions I live with. When my anxiety spikes, I stutter, always have, and I also deal with chemo brain, lasting side effect of cancer treatment that messes with memory and speech. That's why I chose to write. Even then, it wasn't enough. You guys complained, mocked me, you picked apart like my pain was entertainment, like I was nothing more than a sideshow.
Sorry, hun. Sorry, hun. Yes, we discussed. We need to hear out Hun's stories. We need to hear out victim stories. We heard out your story. It did nothing. I needed the proof for your story. I really very much needed the proof first for your story. I'm just going to be honest with you, Hun. You were a case within your whole CoryxKenshin, John, with the CoryxKenshin allegations, name of the series, but allegations or whatever. Yes, you are one of the heads that, nah, we're going to need to see proof from you. Yeah. That's what it is, hun. With how it's been looking, your patterns, behavior, we're going to need to see proof from you first, and then I'll hear your story. For a lot of heads, I'll hear the story, you know what I'm saying, then hopefully proof on top. For you, no, hun. See the proof from the door. Is this legitimate proof? Yes or no? And from there on, we'll move. Because the way you've been handling this, again, has been terrible. You've left out context. Again, the clip could have not been included at all whatsoever. Like...
for you to tear down. Some of you even said I was writing in poems. Let's be real. I read...
Yes! I'll go a step further. Like I said earlier, you were writing a Tumblr Wattpad fiction bullshittery. Yes, I will go a step further and say yes, that's what we were doing.
Better than half of you stupid ass people anyway. Y'all just uneducated and just don't know how to do shit or read for that matter.
It's so crazy that you're calling other people uneducated, but wouldn't an educated person, especially levying allegations against someone, have all the context and all the direct proof to really condemn them? Man, I must really be a fucking dumbass, uneducated idiot. You're quite the intellectual, hun, let me tell you.
I didn't do this for you. I did this for myself. For every person he did.
I would hope you did this shit for yourself, because if you were actually a victim, hun, I would want you to get justice. That's what you are not seeming to understand.
And tossed aside like they were nothing. You don't know me. You don't know who I've stood with, who I've buried myself for, or how deep the scars run from people like him.
You are absolutely correct, but from what you gave us, again, what we're privy to online, it doesn't seem as though what you're saying can be corroborated once more.
I don't even know the basics, my color, my food, my grind, my bloodline. Instead, some of you were ignorant enough to decide I must be white just because I'm light-skinned. Like somehow...
I do not care what race you are, hun. I don't care about any of that stuff. Like, bro, people are people. As long as you're cool peoples, I'll think you're fine. But from what we're seeing, you don't seem to be the coolest peoples.
That would make it all less serious. Like the damage wouldn't matter if you could erase my culture out of the story. That's racism. That's ignorance. And the funniest part,
Race, hun. Yo, she talks about this for more than 5 minutes. I'm clicking off the video. I'm dead ass. I'm so serious. race and identity politics, you're not bringing this shit into this because it has nothing to fucking do with that shit. I'm dead ass serious. You're not bringing this shit into this. Like, we will click off. I'm so, how long, bro? It's already been an hour. We still gotta cover another 22 of this shit, bro. Like, there's no way. Like,
We're so wrong. I'm a minority, Asian and Spanish. You tried to strip me of who I am just to fit your
no, he did not. Show me where he did that.
weak ass narrative, and in doing that, you
Are
prove
you talking about the heads in the comments or the fuck? Yeah, maybe some heads did that shit. Ignore those niggas. You're trying to get justice because you were apparently abused and manipulated. Fuck these dumbasses. If you have the real proof, yeah, let's start levying them. Like, that's what I'm saying, which you did, and proof on that. And it doesn't seem like, yeah, it didn't seem like it added up to too much of what you were saying again. I'm just gonna keep repeating this.
exactly why stigma like this exists. You showed your prejudice out loud. Meanwhile, this coward parades around and bragging about how he likes Latinas. Like, that somehow excuses the way
Okay, so you are talking about him. So yeah, nah, you're just lying.
he treats them. That's who you defend. That's who you idolize. Some of you are way too comfortable running your mouths with no actual knowledge, considering none of you were there. You don't know the full story. You don't know the people involved, but you swear you understand what I've been through. You've clearly never been doxxed, cyberbullied, and harassed while trying to process trauma in real time, just to be told you're doing it wrong. People expect
Doc, cyberbullying, harass. Was this before or after you put out the John? And no matter if it was before or after, obviously, duh, you don't want any of this John to happen. But again, just like I'm saying with Mav Attack earlier, can we show things to substantiate this? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're just saying things. And would I be likely to believe that again there were some heads that are fans of Cory or claim to be supporters of Cory that have been doing some weird John in regards to Hun? Yes, because there's all fan bases have that, as I said, and repeat yourself like the 15th fucking time, and you're gonna hear it another 30. But like, again to that, those niggas should not do that, John. But Hun, that does not absolve you of again not having that good of substantial proof.
me to know how to explain something I was still trying to process while being watched, doxxed, cyberbullied, interrogated, and judged the entire fucking time. I didn't owe y'all shit, because who the fuck are you? Were you in the bed with me and him? Were you there when we were on our excursions? No, you weren't. I chose to speak for myself and for anyone else who's going through it or gone through it. Y'all already acting like rabid dogs off of vague sentences. You think
No. Go back.
explain something I was still trying to process while being watched, doxxed, cyberbullied, interrogated, and judged the entire fucking time. I didn't owe y'all shit, because who the fuck are you? Were you in the bed with me and him? Were you
I wasn't.
there when we were on our excursions? No,
I wasn't.
you weren't. I chose to speak for myself and for
Yes. That's where I want to stop you there, Hun. Exclusively just speak for yourself. I'll be honest with you, Hun. In my personal opinion, again, I don't want you speaking for any other potential victims because I don't want you fucking up their stories or anything like that. Because I'm going to be honest with you, again, you fucked up your story, left out a fuckload of context. So if you are in cahoots with any other potential victims or whatever, and not saying victims in general, but like CoryxKenshin victims or whatever, at least the ones that they're perpetrating, because they're saying there's other victims. I don't believe them for shit, as we can see. But like, as if you have anything to do with them, yeah, you're probably gonna be putting some bullshittery in their head and fucking their whole John up. So yeah, exclusively, Hun, speak for yourself.
for anyone else who's going through it or gone through it. Y'all already acting like rabid dogs off of vague sentences. You think I'm giving you more to chew on? Be for real. Gaslighting me at my weakest, they thought they could bully
I don't know if I'm a dog. I better yet, no, actually, I'm a pig because I like slop. But if we're saying giving more to chew on, it seems like it. We're already 21 minutes in and we still got another 20. It seems like you gave us more, Hun. Actually, it seems like you gave us a lot more.
me into rewriting reality. But the truth was already written and it's not changing. And that 6-hour call some of you won't shut up about. Try getting one clean sentence out when your body's locked in fight or flight. When you're frozen, terrified to misspeak and fully aware every word is being dissected by people who already decided they fucking hate you. I've been used, lied to, walked at, and then somehow cast as the villain. So imagine clawing up the strength to finally speak while you're shaking, stressed, drowning, and the internet tears apart how you talk, how you type, how you look, how you breathe. Oh, she stuttered, must be like.
Fuck those niggas. They weird for doing that shit. When can now me and you talk about the actual facts and substantial proof? Yeah, I've been saying it this whole time. Niggas that do that shit are weird. I don't even know where niggas feel the need to go on and be on that type of bullshittery, bro. In the comments, all this different type of John. Not saying has can't comment or whatever, but where they feel the need to basically be on like the snarker vibe, saying all this shit, hating on the nigga, going ad hominem. Yeah, those niggas are weird. Yes. Hun, I'll fully look in your eye and tell you that. I don't need to keep talking about these niggas because, yes, we'll just keep sitting here and agreeing. Can we talk about the shit that you actually levied against them and what you used as proof? I'd like to talk more about that now, please.
She paused. Oh, she's faking. No, go fuck yourselves and stop with the it happened 7 years ago. Like time.
It did happen 7-8 years ago.
Racist scars, like time is supposed to clean it up, make it easier to.
I never said that. That doesn't happen in every situation, but for a good amount of them, especially ones with the things you levied against Cory, which is again abuse, emotional abuse, and manipulation, to that degree. Especially if it was with one individual and you are in a whole different part of life, especially if you got a new partner, I don't think that shit is affecting you anymore. Not saying that would be justified, because we're already looking and seeing that these claims that she levied against him are looking like bullshit. Like, oh my.
It doesn't matter how long ago it was. Time doesn't hand you a clean slate. That's not growth.
Ken, who said it does?
That's hiding until people forget. People change. People grow up. Cool, then explain to people.
Yes, I say this all the time. People change better behavior, and you're about to make the point that I always make. Yeah, they do change. Hopefully, they do remedy their mistakes. Hopefully, they do acknowledge their mistakes and change and become better people. But they don't. But you have shown me nothing that shows that Cory hasn't. This is like, yo, come on. You're not about to try to use one of my own arguments and rhetoric against me. It's not about to work, bruh.
He hurt more recently. What's the excuse now? I'm not here because of what you saw on his channel. I'm here because of what he hid. You don't get it. So no, y'all aren't entitled.
What did he hide? If what she's saying that he hid is what she showed us, then I don't know what you want me to do, hon. You're not gonna convince me to feel more bad for you, or truly try to convince me that you're some major victim, hon. In this John, you're not. Again, I could feel bad for her on the mental tip if that John really was doing her that bad. But Cory being an abuser, an emotional abuser, and a manipulator, no.
Entitled to your opinions about shit you know nothing about. And just so we're clear, he even said y'all need help. And no, that's not me defending him. It's just a fact, because this level of
he even said y'all need help. And when he says that, do you think he's talking about the person or whatever that grew up watching him and likes watching his videos and all that shit? You know what I'm saying? Has loved Cory for, years and all that beat? Or is he talking to the niggas in his fan base that, again, I talk about all the time, Bloody Argument just said it earlier, that do all this weird shit, do all this dumb shit, be on the comments, brigading other heads? I think he's talking about those fans or supporting his fan base. He's not talking about the normal heads that generally fuck with him and like watching him. Like, yo, this is another thing. You're not showing no nuance. Like, this, like, oh my God.
Parasocial delusion is insane. Parasocials are the disease of this whole community.
I agree with you. I agree. But this is not just a thing of parasocials, hun. Just because Cory has parasocial fans or whatever, just because of all these other Jones, does not absolve you of you having bad proof of all these things you're levying.
Sit behind screens drooling over a man who doesn't even know you exist. You're parasites feeding off his image and spitting venom at anyone who tells a story you can't handle. You don't defend him because you know him. You defend him because you've built a fake version of him in your head. And the thought of that image breaking terrifies you. You're addicts. You're obsessed. You're sick. You'll scream.
I'm not. I have my own favorite creators. Tekking, Turkey Tom, Pope Diorio. Bro, I'm not slopping dick in their fucking comments. I'm not sitting there every fucking day. Yo, where the fuck is Turkey Tom? No! Where is Turkey Tom? I'm not doing that shit. You wanna know why? Because they would say that shit is lame. So if I was a nigga doing that, John, bro, I ain't gonna lie. My fucking favorite creators would think I'm lame as shit. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that. Like, yo, this is, bro, come on. Like, this one is so annoying. Like, yes, hun, I agree with you. Parasocial niggas suck. They do. I don't know how the fuck you think you know some nigga through a screen. That shit is annoying. I trust. I understand. But, like, this does not absolve you of this terrible proof you had of making these claims that are looking like slander, because there's really, again, there's proof, but it's really no proof because it's not good at all. It doesn't prove what you're saying.
His name till your throat burns, and he still won't say yours once. He'll keep collecting your views, your money, blind loyalty while you eat each other alive in the comments. That's what being parasocial has made you, fighting like bodyguards for a man who wouldn't even hold a damn door for you. And another thing, what sense does it make to keep this hard for a grown-ass man? He's not a toddler. He doesn't need you holding his hand just to speak. He's 32 years old, and y'all clown me for being old when I'm barely 2.5 years older than him? Make it make sense. It's not just parasocial fans. It's the culture that's been rotting for years. The gaming community is still drowning in misogyny, and it shows in every comment section, every Twitch chat, every joke that gets a free pass because it came from the right face. Women aren't treated as equals. We're trophies, punching bags, or entertainment until we stop smiling, and then we're the problem. The gaming community is still drowning in misogyny, and
pause. We cannot, again, you cannot just generalize overall communities of like these things like this, like misogyny and John. Are there motherfuckers in the gaming community and certain communities that are misogynist? Yes. Are everyone in these communities misogynist? No.
it shows in every comment section, every Twitch chat, every joke that gets a free pass because it came from the right face. Women aren't treated as equals. We're trophies.
Yeah, by misogynistic niggas. Hun, you must have never watched me.
Girly, girly, girly pop.
Trilly loves the babes. The babes. If anything, I'm putting the babes on the pedestal. Shout out to boss, my little sis. They getting it fair. They already know when Trilly knocks in and pops out at the tea party. Oh, you just know an influencer, girly pop,
Girly, girly, girly pop.
is about to get the business. We're spilling it. We'll keep it fair. We will keep it fair. I don't know what we're talking about. And that's why, hun, again, I can acknowledge that you probably did go through some mental struggles, some mental stipulations, but that does not absolve you of what you can be criticized for. And that's what we're sitting here doing. Exactly like you're saying, those fucking parasocial, weird-ass, snark-ass type of niggas, bro, yeah, they are bad, but we are going to talk about the things that you have done wrong. We are.
Punching bags are entertainment until we stop smiling, and then we're the problem. And the sad truth, most of the male creators sitting at the top don't challenge it. They thrive in it. Misogynistic behavior.
Woo! She talk about the top creators, so that's fair. I'll give her that argument. Fine, I'll give her that charitability. Sure. But again, I would disagree with her because all the top creators are fucking misogynist and all that shit. Hun, please. Please, hun. Nah. We not perpetuating misogyny. That's for lame ass niggas. That's for fresh and fit Andrew Tate ass niggas. That's not what the fuck CoryxKenshin is. He was saying in the fucking Discord shits about how he loved you and was not trying to use you for your body. None of that shit. What are you talking about? Oh my god, bro.
In the gaming community isn't talked about enough, and when it is, it's dismissed as drama or overreacting. But I've seen it, I've lived it, and I've been on the receiving end of it. Besides the very few who are humble and genuinely good, the rest have built entire careers off this imbalance. They profit from it, play into it, and protect it because it keeps them untouchable. Their fan bases will excuse anything. Harassment.
Bro, if you're untouchable because your whole shit is built off being misogynistic to women, you're a fucking loser. I would just straight up tell you that. Like, you're a fucking loser. And heads up like, yo, this is like the Asmongold method or whatever the fuck, bro. Yeah, bro, I don't think... better yet, not even I don't think. Have some has not heard of fucking memes, jokes? Yo, we think Asmongold, bro, he's truly on the incel vibe, bro. He fucking hates women, all this shit. Like, no, bro. And neither does CoryxKenshin, and neither does most of these fucking communities. Oh my god, this is annoying as hell. Like,
cruelty, manipulation, because tearing down their idol would mean admitting that they've been worshiping the wrong person all along. And Corey?
Well, this is exactly why I stamp in, and one of the first things I stamped in since I created this motherfucking page, or better yet, I started posting on it. You cannot idolize your favorite creator, influencer, singer, whoever it is. I just got done saying this earlier. You can't idolize them. You can't. And you shouldn't. So if I see a nigga who is idolizing them as a god, think they can do no wrong, I'm not taking their ass seriously. Because, yo, you're too worried about sucking another nigga's dick instead of being the only person you'll ever be, you. Stamped. Like, again, hun, you're going to need to move on to something else. Now, like, we've been repeating the same shit. When the fuck did you queue in? Like, god damn, 5 minutes? It's been fucking 24. It's been like, what, almost 10 minutes, 9 minutes? You've been saying the same shit for however goddamn long, and we still have another, again, like 16.
He's not just a passive bystander in this. By enabling it, by staying silent when his influence could have shifted the culture, he helped teach the entire generation that this behavior is normal. That status erases accountability, that if someone's popular enough, the rules don't apply. This is how toxicity becomes the baseline. This is how cruelty turns into currency. And this is how young viewers, kids, grow up thinking empathy is weakness and accountability is betrayal. Because their role models told...
Empathy.
I just want to ask you if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well.
them so without ever having to say the words. To every male creator coasting off this broken system, your silence isn't neutral, it's compliance.
Yeah, I ain't coasting off that shit. Say, yo, girly pop, say hi to the Huns for me.
Girly, girly, girly pop.
Every time you look the other way, you're telling your audience that women's safety matters less than your brand. Every time you laugh it off, you're telling the next generation that abuse is just part of the game. And
I'm just like, I'm literally sidebarring here because I don't know what nigga and they're laughing. What nigga is telling the Huns this? And that nigga is not me. So this is just going straight over my fucking head. I'm like, bro. Yeah, man. I don't think I'm about to put out that head should be like, you know, putting abusive behavior or some shit to the Huns. Yeah, bro. And especially that's gonna come from the guy that be attending the tea parties once more, bro.
when the day comes that it's you on the receiving end of the truth, you'll have no defense because you built a very culture that will tear you down. Well,
I ain't build that shit. I'm trying to build a good community, showing straight love. We've said the same shit all the time. The same heart's been in the same vid. The same smile's been in the same vids. Never. Don't put that shit on my name.
Over here, let's kill another rumor. No, I don't have an OnlyFans, and I'm not a sex worker. Never
Oh yeah, this I didn't even know this was part of the fucking lore. What?
have. Not now, not then. There are fake accounts out there pretending to be me, using my pictures, spinning lies.
That's weird. I will give 100% charitability to. That's fucking weird. Niggas doing that shit, that's weird. And that's why I will again point that out. Like, heads doing that shit. If anything, I do not fucking like those niggas, especially because you're muddying the waters of the context so we can get the full grasp of the drama slop tea situation. So you niggas doing that shit, fuck you. Dead ass, because you're making my job harder, nigga. Like,
And y'all ran with it like idiots. Again, no, I'm not a sex worker or an OF model. But the way you weirdos obsessed, maybe I should open one just so you can finally put your money where your mouth is. At least
hun, don't do that.
then your broke asses would actually be paying me instead of lying about me for free.
Ooh, definitely don't do that, because then you're assuming that these heads are going to buy your OnlyFans. This is what I like to call the Yoko syndrome. You call niggas incels, you call motherfuckers this, that, and the third, and then expect those same motherfuckers, because those are the only motherfuckers who would purchase an OnlyFans and shit like that, to buy your shit? Yeah, hun, I would just definitely scratch that idea, but it seems as, it literally just, not even seems, is that you will not be doing that anyways as yourself, so.
I promise in my perspective, Cory will be my first subscriber though. Right next to all my haters and enemies, you'll be lined up paying me.
When? Right now? In the current day, 2025? I can absolutely promise you he will not. Because Cory definitely got millions of dollars, and no matter how much you charge him, whether it be 99 cents or $999, he ain't buying that shit.
Just to lurk. I've got nothing but respect for actual sex workers. They hustle, they grind, and they deal with the same harassment, shaming, and stigma I see y'all try to throw at me. The difference is they don't deserve it either. Women and men in that line of work put up with enough bullshit already, and they deserve protection, not judgment. What y'all do when you weaponize sex work as an insult is show how ignorant and hypocritical you really are. Y'all love.
How is that? Because we talk about the OF Jezebel pipe, I had it right. The OF Jezebel pipeline psyop all the time. All the time. I tell Hunts all the time, too, to that. Yo, if you're 18 plus, hun, you're allowed to do whatever you want with your body. But don't ever look me in my goddamn eyes and be like, yo, my last resort was OnlyFans. Because, hun, remember, Trilly loves the girly pops, but it ain't no pillow talk. And I'll tell you, you're a fucking liar. Because, as I say all the time, and I guess we're doing it again, you see this here be the Google. This here be the Google. We click on the thing right there. You'll see docs and slides. Let's click on slides, for instance. You know what the fuck you'll do? If your last resort is all of a sudden now OnlyFans, you'll get your ass on Google Slides. You'll press blank presentation. You'll create many slides. And you'll start putting down fucking ideas. And to extrapolate more on those ideas, let's say that's an idea, you'll start bullet pointing them, boys. You'll start doing them. And you'll do them today. OF as a last resort, get the fuck out of here. No, you're just lazy. That's what it is. You wanted easy cheese. Bullshit. I'm not hearing that. Why am I trying to fix this shit like it's a real jump? Yeah, like that's bullshit. So again, I'm never gonna go crazy on 100 and be like, yo, fuck you. This, that, and the third. You allowed to do what you want to do. But don't ever give me that bullshittery. And also, I will definitely be saying it's the bad John if it's like heads with the Bop House, Miss Rain, you know what I'm saying, Miss Sofa, heads like that. When they're indoctrinating heads like Piper Raquel into this shit. No, I'll be saying it's very bad then, especially. But on a base level for Huns, I just don't want to hear that dumbass excuse. Anyway.
Love to hashtag empowerment until it's about sex workers. Then suddenly they don't count, but you're the first one subscribing in secret. Hypocrites.
Well, then you have to, no, bring it back. Bring it back. Then, one, we have to question what's empowering, because I'm going to tell you right now, and if any Huns, again, do not like this, John, last time I checked, hun, your private parts, your genitalia, were meant to be private. So how is it empowering showing them to the world and or monetizing it? That's literally 101 objectifying yourself. It's like, yeah, bro, get your bag, sis. Get your bag, Miss Rain. Make it more than NBA players. But empowering, we'll start getting into the nuance.
He's been silent for a reason. That silence was his answer with me, and it's the same move he's pulled on people close to him for years. Friends, family, relationships, even back in high school. It's a pattern. He's done this shit for so long, he's completely desensitized. This isn't some phase. This is who he is. I found out so much shit that finally filled in all the confusing gaps I had for years. And it didn't come from trolls. It came from people who actually know him like I do. I'm not here to convince strangers. I'm not asking anyone to believe me, but
who is the people that know him? Mav? Mav was apparently at an arm's length, an arm's distance, bro, and that's why he had to cut Cory off. So who knows him?
if If your whole argument relies on someone who never liked me to begin with, someone who wasn't even present when any of this happened, you're not seeking truth. You're just desperate to hate.
No, I'm absolutely seeking the truth, and that's why I want you to stop talking about this bullshittery and talk about your substantial proof.
Everybody got enemies who will twist the story to make them look bad. That's not new. What's new is how bold some of you got lying on my name like you know me. Talking about...
Again, I don't want to talk about Heads lying on your name because I don't think Head should lie on your name. I think that we can just talk about what you were putting out, and that'll just do enough talking.
I'm a liar. I'm manipulative. I do people dirty. Bitch, you don't even know my middle name, but suddenly you're experts on my whole life. Fuck out of here. Y'all got so desperate to make me look dirty, you started believing your own lies. She's a liar. She's manipulative. She does people wrong.
Hun, let me ask you a question. Can I generally, like, yo, this is a genuine question now I'm sitting here, like, going off of, because she's saying, you don't know Cory, yo, you second Cory off, all of this, you don't know him, out of that, second, third, so how do you know how he actually is and all this, John? You're just going off the John. I was really there. I've really seen it. Well, hun, I don't know you either. Hun, I didn't know you either until this situation happened. And going off of patterns of behavior, changing patterns of behavior, from when I have known you to now, your Johns haven't been looking good. So why should I trust you either? Again, you fucked up the context. Your substantial proof for the things you were levying against Cory, abuser, emotional abuser, manipulator, doesn't fully fulfill that, does not have good merits on that shit. I can't even, yo, I'm losing all the words now. It doesn't have it. Why should I just trust your word? Yeah, sure, I won't trust Cory because I don't know him. I'm some glazer, yada yada, sign it 3. They'll never know me, little bro. But why should I trust you either? I don't know you. And your proof is terrible. Like, now again, what are we going back to? The nigga Mav? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trust him either. He hyped me and his friend. I don't like them type of niggas, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
oh, no, what I did was stop letting people like you use me. That's why you're mad. You can't stand the fact that I don't beg to sit at your little tables. I flip them over instead. You hate me because I don't need your validation. You just need...
Hun, Hun, I don't care if you need my validation or not. I just want you to tell me the facts.
Someone to hate because your lies are empty. You scream liar, manipulative, dirty, so you don't have to face yourselves. And the gag is, you're not mad that I supposedly lied. You're mad that I grew. You're mad that the girl you thought you...
No, if I was mad at you at anything, it would be because, yeah, you left out context and lied. Yeah, I don't care about any of this other shit. That's what you're not understanding. I care about the context, what is true and what is not, because then that, again, helps me evaluate the situation in the end. You're just saying a whole lot of Johns to emotionally charge people to come to your side, and I'm gonna tell you, hun, it's gonna fail. And I've seen the comments of this vid. It has basically definitely failed. So, what, like, what are we still doing here?
You could walk all over, turned into the woman who will stomp the fuck out of your lies. So to the people saying he ghosted me, no, he didn't ghost me. He punished me with silence because he knew that was the best way to manipulate me.
No, he ghosted you. No, he ghosted you. That's it. That's it. It was done. It was over. That's it.
When I was at my lowest, he knew exactly how to twist my emotions and keep me hooked. But that girl, the broken one, he thought he could control.
No, I think he just wasn't interested anymore, hun. I think that's truly just what it was.
She doesn't exist anymore. I took time for myself. I healed, and I'm not her anymore. I never needed him for clout. I never used his name to build myself up. I had the chance plenty of times, and I didn't because not.
It sucks for me to say this, but I'm sorry. It really does apply to hun. Hun here, Miss Panda Ninja, she is the exact reason and, like, my best example right now of, like, the reason, like, who was saying it? I forgot who exactly I was watching was saying it. But, like, a direct example of, like, ruining the dating market in the dating pool. Because when you, like, and if you ask, like, a random bull in Walmart, and again, this is not a general colloquial thing, I talk about this all the time, like, just because generalization exists doesn't mean it's good. But, like, if you ask a bull in Walmart or whatever why they wouldn't go out of their way to try to date and talk to girls and all that, because they're afraid to run into a her. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sorry, bro, man, it's mean, cancel me, whatever, fuck me, mean her. But, like, yeah, they're afraid of running into a her. That's simply it, man. Where, like, yeah, just because you felt slighted because your toxic relationship was bad, now you feel as though you gotta come out and say all this other BS and then drop proof that doesn't cooperate the claims you're making, and now this is going out on the internet. Like, yo, yes, they're scared of her. So if you are a hun and you get wronged, please, hun, I want you to tell your story. I do. I truthfully do. I want you to have justice. Again, if you are truly wrong, I want you to have justice. Yes. Why wouldn't I want that? Of course. Like, duh. But do not do this. Do not do this. This is not going to catch you no brownie points with anybody that you want brownie points from. Not those pandering niggas. Get the fuck out of here. Those virtue signaling niggas. Nah. We need to stay to the facts. I'm not trying to hear this. This is why heads is scared to date and shit like that, because of heads like this. Let's keep it to the facts. I get it. Obviously, emotions charge into everybody. We all human. We got emotions. But you can't let emotions and shit outweigh all the facts. And, or better yet, not outweigh, because that's impossible, bro. Facts is facts. But, like, in your head, the way you're thinking, you can't let your emotional feelings really outweigh that hefty, the actual facts of a matter. Because if that happens, you start slandering, spreading misinformation, and defaming.
Everyone is desperate to be famous. Some of us were just living our lives, creating content for fun, not to ride somebody else's wave. When Cory asked me what I wanted for my birthday, I told him I wanted to see him, of course, but I also said I loved to meet Dashi. Instead of being happy to share that moment with me, he got angry, he yelled, he hung up on me, and then disappeared for a while. And then later on, when he did come back, he kept bringing up Dashi on different occasions, not in a neutral way, but in ways I knew were meant
Again, another thing, I can only take her word for it, since there's nothing being shown to prove that this happened.
to get a reaction out of me. It felt like he was dangling Dashi's name in front.
Except for that one screenshot that fucking Mav showed earlier, but brother, that is nothing. That is nothing. That is not yelling at her. That is nothing.
Of me, just to test me, just to start arguments. For me, that shows something deeper. He wasn't just upset about one conversation. He was taking someone I genuinely admired and twisting it into another way to punish me. To make me feel like I was wrong for asking for something so simple. Even my birthday wish, something that should have been positive, became another tool he could use for control. And in my perspective, that's emotional abuse. Another thing I need to point out is how
No, you're perceiving it as emotional abuse. Like, you are directly telling us this is how you're perceiving it. This is the way that I want the narrative to be portrayed. This is the way that I wanted the story to go. Like, this is directly what you're telling me right now.
His tone toward me changed over the years. 3 different eras, 3 different versions of him, all depending on what suited him at the time. So in 2018, he tried pulling the same tired stunts, flowers, a teddy bear, and
let me see this. I never cried so hard in my life from someone revealing their feelings to me this way.
that stupid note like it was supposed to undo the mess he already made.
Let me see. Wait, what the hell? Nah, man, the way I feel about you is real. Finally, we're pulling up screenshots and shit. The way I feel about you is real, and you are so wonderful, so gentle and kind, not to mention sexy. I miss you and hope this puts a big old smile on that pretty face. Cory.
That night, he even told me I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but you weren't one of them. For years, that line and conversation replayed in my head, and I'd ask him if he really meant it. Every time he'd say yes, and every time he'd follow it was another excuse for why he acted the way he did. His words never matched his actions, and all it did was confuse me long enough for him to keep me around. When we were making plans, I suggested Florida so we could go do things together.
This is crazy. Wait, I finally want you to show me some shit, and you basically show me a Cory W. You show me that he got you a teddy bears, chocolates, and shit like that, and then she say, no, bro, but this is the way it was actually supposed to go and all that, and have no proof to show that? Hun, you are muddying your own shit just like you have been the whole time. Oh my God.
Studios and Disney, he instantly got mad, and I didn't understand why at first. I had only said I wanted us to have our first in places we hadn't been before together. I wasn't even thinking about Dashi living there. I wasn't into him. I even said that, but looking back, his tone made it obvious that was the reason he got irritated. Even when he was literally hanging out with Dashi, he'd bring him up in our conversations just to see how I'd react. I'd play it off jokingly or change the subject because what else could I do? But really, it was another way for him to test me, to try to get a rise out of me. So later, he could flip it around and find a way to blame me. The Dashi stuff was just one example of a bigger pattern. Cory constantly threw subliminals or little digs, not just about Dashi, but about other things too, because he wanted control over the narrative and how I responded.
I just see her laughing like, bro, this is another reason collabs is dead, bro. Nah, bro, you're not about to try to go through me to get to another nigga, bro. If you want to go suck they dick, nigga, go suck their dick. You're not about to try to glaze me up to go glaze another nigga up. See, this shit, bro.
By then, he still texted me in ways that seemed flirtatious, but I was done by July 2018. I brushed it off because I was far past wanting to rekindle a broken relationship. And the timing? I went Instagram official with my ex in late October 2018. A week or so later, Cory goes on one of his famous breaks. I didn't even know about it until someone showed me recently.
Wait.
I brushed it off because I was far past wanting to rekindle a broken relationship. And the timing?
Okay.
I went Instagram official with my ex in late October 2018. A week
You mean Instagram official?
or so later, Cory goes on one of his famous breaks. I didn't even know about it until someone showed me recently. Coincidence? Maybe. But the timing is suspicious.
Am I fucking stupid, or does that not give a fuck? If you went Instagram official with another nigga, why the fuck do you even care about Cory? Like, what the fuck are we even sitting here doing for real now? Like,
2019, he hits me up out of nowhere saying he wanted to fuck up my life some more. He told me he had every reason to be my friend.
okay, so this was before, like, the expo. Okay, yeah, okay, now we're getting, because I'm like, what? I'm like, why would you even care if you went on a fucking break? Aren't you entertaining another nigga?
But I had plenty of reasons not to be his. Then suddenly he's saying that he loved me and that I didn't do anything wrong except for one thing. He brought up this kiss from years earlier. I had already explained to him many times that it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, bro, we went over this, bro. Yeah, this is the one part where I guess you want to shove out some jokes for Cory. Oh my God. Yo, he was trying to hit another one night stand. Yeah, bro, I'm the nigga that'll tell you, bro, one night stands, I'm not really that type of guy. I don't really do that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Hit up your ex or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Get a little sneaky link going. Nah, I'm not that type of guy. But is Cory this fucking abuser, what's the name? General abuser, emotional abuser, manipulator because of this? Nah, bruh. He was going sneaky box. Didn't seem like it was gonna work. That's what it was.
I was on an acquaintance stream. His sister came over to kiss me on the cheek. I turned my head by mistake and it landed on the lips. We laughed it off because it was a funny accident. Cory was literally watching that stream live, but he never let it go. Even though I explained it over and over, I had to... His sister came over to kiss me on the cheek. I turned my head by mistake and it landed on the lips. We laughed it off because it was a funny accident. Cory was literally watching that.
Brother, this is some shit where I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'd be like, ooh, sussy girly pops.
Girly pop.
Bro, like, you see that shit, like, you gotta start gelling and memeing, bro. But again, this is coming from her, so like, I doubt that he was actually fucking getting teed up over this shit. Like, who generally is actually gonna care?
That stream live, but he never let it go. Even though I explained it over and over, I had to apologize for something that wasn't even real, and yet he's the one reaching out.
There could have been no way he was crashing out over this, John, unless you were legitimately trying to bomb his little sister. Like, there's no fucking way.
To me about it later, acting like some bitter ex who couldn't handle the fact he no longer had control over me. 2022, when the end situation came up, he shifted his tone again. Suddenly, I was to blame all over again. He told me, I recall having deep feelings for you. We had fun together. There were factors why we didn't work out. Then he threw out, you were hugged up on some dude on a Twitch stream, which never happened. From my perspective, he must have confused me with one of the 1,000 other girls he stalked. So which one is it, Cory?
This is awesome fucking, bro. All this says to me, yeah, nigga, truly. Yeah, nigga, you already were the sacrifice. You were dying alone, but nigga, this is making me tell myself, oh yeah, nah, nigga, you want to die alone, because there's no fucking way I'll be dealing with this shit. Like, bro, what? Nah, bro. And again, we have no corroborations for all the stuff she's talking about. As far as I'm concerned, if she start mentioning again the messages on stuff we've seen, the Xbox messages, the text message, the Discord message, sure. All this other shit, again, you have to take our word for it. I'm not taking our word for nothing.
In 2018, you're trying to act like the one who still cares. In 2019, you're bitter and aggressive. In 2022, you're rewriting history to make me the problem. To me, that's manipulation, and it proves you'll say whatever version of...
And again, you're saying he's rewriting history. How is he doing this? Because he's hit you up in like spaced out periods or whatever? I don't understand. And again, you're saying that's leaving you out in the dark. That's like purposefully, emotionally ghosting you. Like, what? This is just directly how you're trying to interpret and push the narrative of this. Like, this is what you are saying.
The story makes you look better, even if it means painting me as a villain in your script. And that ties directly into another lie he spread. Cory told Mav that I cheated on him and went back to an ex. He made me look horrible in front of him, but here's the truth. Mav has seen every receipt. He knows the facts now. I never cheated on Cory, not once, not at all. And here's the real timeline. We were together from December 2016 until February 5th, 2017. After that, we were both broken up for 6 months. 6 months. During that time, I was single and I dated 2 people briefly. One for 1 month, one for 2 months. That was my right because we weren't together. Then in mid-August 2017, Cory and I got back together. That's when I met Mav for the first time. And here's the kicker. Cory himself told me that Mav and some of his so-called friends were rooting for us. So for those same friends to later claim that they didn't know who I was, straight fucking liars.
Wait, hold on. Oh man, I gotta explain some of the bros lore to you.
That's when I met Mav for the first time. And here's the kicker. Cory himself told me that Mav and some of his so-called friends were rooting for us. So for those same friends to later claim that they didn't know who I was, straight...
Damn, hun, I feel really fucking bad for you, yo. Damn. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, yo, like, this is a whole separate jaunt, bro. I think bro, you should not be bringing your girly pop around your group of friends, your group of guys all the time. I'm not saying you should never do that because that's what we're about to get into. If your bros have never met your girly pop, bro, she not really yours. If they have never met her one time, she's not yours, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, she's not yours. Bro, you not even gonna show her to the bros, nigga. She not yours. Get the fuck out of here. Like, bro, that's what I'm about to say. And this is on the end. It's not good works because you already know how Trilly gets down, yo. Best interest of heart. You should obviously both have that. But like, as far as I'm seeing it, hun, I'm gonna just put it like this to you, hun. Cory was never planning to marry your ass. I'm gonna just put it to you like that. He was never planning to marry your ass. If what she's saying is believed to be true, she was just never planning to marry. Like, he was never planning to marry you. That's what it was. These so-called friends, they were rooting for us. Oh yeah, he never planned to marry you.
Fucking liars. And if Cory didn't actually want to be with me, from my perspective, he wouldn't.
Oh, this is painful.
Have had been taking pictures with me, filming videos with me, contacting me, walking around New York with me, where anyone who knew who he was would see us together. And let's be clear, it wasn't just once. There were so many breakups and makeups between us that by the time 2018 came around, I was already ready to move on. And you know what makes it worse? I had a gut feeling for years.
Well, good, because it seems like y'all toxic relationship, it should have never just been on, like I said.
That he did, but I couldn't confirm it. So I told people he didn't cheat on me until I saw the proof. And that shit pissed me off because now after all these years, I realized he could have given me an STD. He never told me he had multiple partners. He told me straight up that he wasn't seeing anyone else, that he loved me. It was a facade. Bullshit. And let me clear this up once and for all, since some of y'all love inventing pregnancies out of thin air. I was never pregnant by him, not by him, not by any man from that time, not.
Was that a thing that was part of the lore? It might have been, but I don't remember that. I'm like, what?
Now, I've only had one pregnancy in my life, and she is 17 years old. That's it. That's all you need to know. So where the fuck did y'all pull this nonsense from? Acting like I was out here throwing pussy around, and even if I was, which I wasn't.
Yo, that shit caught me so off guard. I was like...
Didn't we all agree slut shaming was tired? But here you are doing it anyways. Backwards as hell, proving you don't even know what you stand for anymore. One minute you're all about women's empowerment, the next you're spreading lies about a woman's body and calling it truth. You guys are fucking clowns. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. From my perspective, Cory was with his high school girlfriend the entire time. While he was with me, while he was with...
From your perspective, once more, is this a perspective that we can all share in because it's a factual thing that happened? Or is it something that you want to use again to fuel your own narrative? See, this is what we're talking about.
Anyone else? So what's the excuse now? To me, he was cheating. And to the girl, I don't know what excuse she keeps.
To me, he was cheating. Okay, but if I were to see the entire scenario, and again, which I'm not going to because I'm sure this is some shit that happened, again, almost a decade ago. But if, let's say, for instance, if I was there, if I was Mav or the fucking I saw the scenario, would I say he was cheating? See, that's the thing. That's like to break down what I mean by that. Like, yeah, like this is from her perspective. This is just of course, she's the one levying the allegation. This is her perspective, her narrative that she could put out. If I were to see some other jump, bro, would I share the same like perspective and narrative as her? I doubt it. Like, I severely doubt it. Like,
giving yourself to stay for 10 plus years with someone who disrespected you over and over again. Maybe you're a victim too. Maybe you've got something over him. I don't know. But here's what I do know. Don't come checking me. Check your man. Because from where I stand, he's a pathological liar who kept you a secret so he could play single and feed the obsession of weird bitches online and keep his double life intact. I had no idea you even existed, and that's the truth. You were hidden so he could keep doing whatever he wanted. And
you were hidden. I'm like, listen, unless she got something to say about this, again, hun, speak exclusively for yourself.
Let me tell you something. Being someone's secret isn't loyalty, it's humiliation. And let's be for real. This whole time, it looked like you were his secret baby mama. Oops. There's a difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy is about healthy boundaries.
Again. No oops, because, yo, unless she has something to say about it, whoever she may be, being his high school girlfriend or whatever this may be, or whoever she may be or whatever, yeah, then I'll take it serious. As far as I'm concerned, this is just some made-up character that you're talking about right now. The way I'm looking at it, at least.
Secrecy is about hiding the truth for self-protection or to avoid accountability. One is respectful, the other is deceptive. And I've learned the hard way which one I was dealing with. I need to talk about the subliminals Cory threw in his videos. When he wanted me to feel special, he'd sneak in little hint stuff.
Lisa Cory. You started to dance, and I was like, is he doing what I think he's doing? And died once you did it. Oh, that's now called the Nami dance. Lol. Let me see, you did the dance on purpose. I had a feeling you might catch it. Again, once more. Looks like y'all are talking, fucking around each other, doing some bullshittery. Y'all clearly are like into each other, whatever the hell. But like, yo, this again, emotional abuse, no. General abuse, no. Manipulation, no.
I would catch just to let me know he was thinking about me. That was his way of pulling strings without ever having.
Let me see this.
Special, he'd sneak in little hint stuff. Only I would catch.
What the hell is this? Is it like Telegram or some bullshit?
Catch just to let me.
Lamo is here on purpose. It said. Oh, okay. No, wait. Is this a different job? Yeah, it is. Okay, I think this is the dash you want to get. Lamo, so you did the dance on purpose. Had a feeling you might catch it, so you did it on purpose. Ha 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 ha. Just say it. Ha. Of course I did. Ha. I knew it. Yellow subliminals. Why though?
No, he was thinking of.
Emotional abuse, no. General abuse, no. Manipulation, no.
About me. That was his way of pulling strings without ever having to say it out loud. But in 2022, he flipped it in front of millions. He went on this whole rant about having a crazy ex. His exact words were, sometimes you get in this weird situation, you're with somebody that's like, yo, I need you. And then you probably like, yo, I don't even want to really be with you anymore. And
funny enough to what I was saying earlier about, you know, the kind of girly pop that had say they don't want to date for, yeah. It's that, like, I mean, the pot is calling the kettle black, hun.
Emotionally, you're checked out. Really, you only got one choice. Honesty is the best policy. And then if they persist, you get the law involved. Honesty is the best policy? Please shut the fuck up, Cory. You can close the gaps in your teeth, but you'll
Nah, honestly, is the best policy. And if we use that policy against you, I'm sure, ooh, I don't know if you'd name it the best one.
never close the gap between who you pretend to be and who you really are. And the law, that part killed me. I didn't stalk you, didn't harass you, I didn't bother you. I always said I didn't want to bother you. And you...
But I don't like bothering you even if I'm hurting. It's really no bother at all. I'm confused. I don't know. I just have this thing if I'm down like this. I don't know. People... Wait. I don't know. I just have this thing. If I'm down like this, I don't know, like, people... Wait. What the fuck? Yo, either I'm the dumbest nigga alive or this shit really isn't grammar. I don't know. I just have this thing. If I'm down like this... Okay, yeah, no, I'm just stupid. I don't like people to know, or I hold it in, or I just like to ask for help. Especially that I don't like to bother people. It's fine to not want to bother, but you don't want to bother me. Are you sure? I miss you. Of course I miss you.
You said I was never a bother. You had a chance to say I'd rather not associate myself with you or whatever.
No fucking way. Oh my god, bro. It's fine to not want to bother, but you don't bother me. He's literally telling you, bro. I'm sorry again, girly pops. I'm calling you out.
Girly pop.
You know how, like, when the girly pop asks you, hun, would you still love me even if I was a fly? And you have to pillow talk and pander them through this? This is what this is. She said she must be going through some stuff. I'm not taking away from her, but she's obviously going through some stuff during, like, in this conversation and all that. Like, clearly something's on her mind. Something has got her, like, disheveled or whatever. And it's like, she thinks she's bothering Cory. Cory's telling her, listen, I understand, like, you don't want to bother anyone, whatever, but you're not bothering me. Like, you're fine. You can talk to me or whatever. And then she proceeds to say, are you sure I miss you? Where is he using this against you to manipulate you? In this literal conversation, you're telling him how much you miss him. Oh my, and then he tells you he misses. Yo, this is so...
I didn't want to bother you. And you said I was never a bother. You had a chance to say I'd rather not associate myself with you or whatever, but instead you out here talking shit to everyone else about me, including your...
Which you haven't showed me, by the way. Show me him talking shit to everyone else.
Stupid ass subliminals, because you aren't man enough to tell me to my face like a gossiping ass, hating ass bitch. And let's not forget, you weren't...
Nah, the gossiping ass, hating ass bitch is me. That's what the drama slaps and teases for. What he was doing there was, again, you were clearly disheveled or something. He was telling you that, yo, he understands you don't want to bother heads, but you can talk to him. Like, what? Oh my god, this shit is like, yo, we've been here for too fucking long, bro. Like,
even man enough to be there for your own kid's mother. That's not just embarrassing, that's pathetic. You left her to clean up your mess while you strutted around pretending you're bigger than life. That's your pattern. Always running, always dodging, always hiding. You can't...
You got substantiations for this as well?
Face the truth, so you paint everyone else the problem, but deep down you're nothing but a narcissistic fraud. That shit pissed me off, because let's be real. Who the fuck does he think he is? Dropping subliminals, painting himself like he's the victim and
what are these subliminals? Can you get, like, we're literally just going off of he said, she said.
making me or his high school girlfriend look like the problem? Me, the crazy ex?
You know what this reminds me of for heads really entrenched in the lore? If you're, right, you gotta be like a OG, especially if you're watching Me and the Boss. This is like when Jake, no. This is like when Dogpack dropped his second vid with Jake Weddle, where... Damn, I couldn't even, fuck it, we don't even need to sub anymore for this. This is like that, where, like, yeah, there were like a couple things, couple screenshots to show some Johns, and then it was just like an hour of talking. Like, this is what this is. I'm sorry, like an hour, like talking, duh, all we can get is heads conjecture, but for a lot of this, I'm gonna need to see more than that. Like, this is just words. I'm like, yo, anyone can say anything to want to have and want to people to come to their side and believe them. Like, what are we talking about? I need some more Johns to corroborate this. And the screenshots you showed to corroborate some of these arguments and points you're making completely embarrassed the shit out of her. Like, these are not the manipulation and emotional abuse you think these shits are. They're not at all. Like,
you must be on fucking drugs. And the timing suspicious as hell, because just a week before I had messaged him about N, this obsessive fan he has a weird association with. So put it together. I confront him about this fan, and right after...
Who the hell is this N person? If they truly are this weird ass motherfucker, then we need to get this nigga reported or some shit. So can you show me, like, a screenshot, anything? Who is this motherfucker?
That he goes public with a rant about a crazy ex who supposedly won't leave him alone. The coincidence is too loud to ignore. He was planning a story before I could ever speak, and the only reason I even caught it now because his own internet detectives, the same fans who swear they're geniuses, couldn't shut up about it. They practically give
She said they ain't geniuses?
Now because his own internet detectives, the same fans who swear they're geniuses, couldn't
Yo, like, bro, again, I like Cory. I ain't no genius, and I don't need to be a genius in this, because it doesn't take a genius to evaluate this. We need better substantial proof from you, hun. If not even this thing, if these allegations, again, you are levying against Cory are supposedly supposed to be true, and you are truly a victim, like, we would just need more than what you're already shown. But I'm gonna be fair with you, hun. This John already went by, and heads already decided, yeah, you are pretty much a fucking liar.
shut up about it. They practically gift wrapped this subliminal for me. Y'all think you're protecting him, but you really just exposed it. Behind closed doors, though, he was still reaching out. He told Mav with a facepalm that I contacted him.
See, what's going on with you though? Man, nothing much. Trying to get my affairs in order, getting texts from my exes, stuff, the usual stuff. Nami was texting me this morning. It's like I want her to leave me alone, but I want her one more time. Other than that, helping with family, about to move my grandma out the hood in Detroit. Just good positive tidings over here. Ayo, W. Cory. He said, yo, we gotta get grandmom out the hood. That's real good shit, bro. She gotta get out the projects type shit. I'm feeling that hefty. Anyway. Yeah, I want her. It's like I want her to leave me alone, but I want her one more time, man. This is literally like this. I don't know if y'all ever seen the picture. It's literally like, it's a guy on the top, girly pop at the bottom. When you get out of a relationship, it's like the guy, the guy or whatever is like happy or whatever the fuck, and then down the line he's sad or whatever, and then the girly pop is she's sad immediately, but then down the line she's happy. This is literally that as well. It's like, yeah, man, or whatever. He's like, bro, I don't know, man, I can't really do it, but I still want her around though. This is like literally the shit guys do all the fucking time. I'll call it the bros with this, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. Keep it a buck. A lot, you know, I'm calling out all heads for specifically this part and then into the bros. A lot of y'all, bro, maybe you don't miss your fucking ex. I keep it a buck. I know for damn sure I don't miss mine. But you know what I do miss from her, specifically? Some of those memories. You know damn well from some of y'all exes, you miss those memories and good times too. Don't fucking lie. Just because shit ain't work out don't mean that old shit was terrible. You're fucking lying. That's the whole another part of growing up and shit, bro. We can realize, yeah, bro, maybe your partner, ex-partner, and all that shit wasn't the best. But let's not pretend you ain't have happy moments and shit like that. Because if you didn't, how the fuck did you get in that relationship in the first place? That's how you really box them out. Especially when they be like, nah, my ex was chopped and beat as shit, bro. You fucking dated her. You dated him. The fuck? I be boxing the fuck out of him. But anyway, off of that jump, bro. Yo, but off of that, it's like heads know they had good timings in a relationship and all that type of shit. And this is like one of them. This is like one of them Jones with Cory. It's like, yo, I understand that. Yeah, man, it's probably not good for me, bro. The relationship is just a little toxic, yada yada. But we do be having good moments, though, and all that. And like, this is literally what this text message is from Cory. She wants to perceive this shit as if this nigga, like Cory, is Light Yagami, Lelouch, or some bullshittery. And this is like a 4D chess play where in the background, he's dead ass got everybody moving around, bro, to manipulate her specifically. Like, bro, she really thinks it's there. It's not. This is not what this is. It's not.
And he said to him, I wish she'd leave me alone, but I want her one last time. That's some narcissistic shit. Plain and simple.
How? I just explained how that's not what that is at all. I just explained that's exactly what that isn't is. Like, yo, it's directly, again, for heads, I guess that didn't hear what I just said. Yo, this is a, man, we probably not as good or whatever, but, yo, we had good moments and all that, and I kind of missed that, John. This is what that is. It's done. You missed the good moments. It's done. This is what that is. This is not that.
In public, I'm the crazy ex he supposedly needs the law to protect himself from. In private, I'm still the person he wanted to keep around for his convenience. You can't have it both ways. You don't get
for his convenience. No, it sounds like he generally, again, missed some of the good moments that y'all supposedly had. Because from seeing now, I could be surprised y'all had any good moments with your ass.
Brainwash millions, then admit behind the scenes you still wanted me. That's not honesty, that's manipulation. And I'm done letting.
That's not manipulation at all. That's called actual empathy. That's called being real with himself and acknowledging, yeah, man, listen, our John, again, is bad, toxic between us, but I can still think back and look on the good memories and miss that from her. Like, nigga, oh, I didn't mean to say that, John. Girly pop. God damn it. But, like, yo, that, like, fuck. Yo, that John is just pissing me off or just blatantly lying to push a narrative. Like,
him, script my story. You want to drop subliminals? Fine. I'll answer direct because this so-called crazy ex-girlfriend that you call me is actually the one telling the truth. And the truth is, Cory, the only crazy one here is you, bitch. Y'all see a damn
Cap.
public figure, I see a dirty ass dude. He's still a regular person.
Sure, we all have different perspectives and opinions. So just like you see a dirty ass dude, I see a fucking moron.
And a shitty one at that. I always treated him like a regular person, and he still is. Even if y'all act fame and racist fuck behavior, being known doesn't mean he's any different from a regular motherfucker who lies.
And I agree with you on that, because no matter if they're a creator with massive success, everyone's still human at the end of the day. But again, how does you saying all this absolve you from having really bad substantial proof for the things that you levied against him?
Cheats and manipulates. He's not a nice person, period. Just because someone doesn't like how they looked in your story doesn't mean they can sue you for it. Defamation requires a lie. I told the truth. And for the record, opinion, emotional experience, and calling out patterns of behavior, those are all protected speech.
She just did a perfect freaking right message, wrong messenger. I love Brian saying it all the time. Hold on.
A lie. I told the truth. And for the record, opinion, emotional experience, and calling out patterns of behavior, those are all
calling out patterns of behavior. Too bad, Miss Panda Ninja, I don't want to hear it from you, because if we're going by your patterns of behavior, it's very clear to see you've been fibbing about some things, and you clearly intentionally leave out context of other things.
protected speech, especially when you're speaking about a public figure. If telling the truth makes someone uncomfortable, that's on them, not me. There's a clear difference between
If the truth is cruel, then lies must be kind.
speaking out about your own experiences and crossing a line into targeted harm. What I shared came from my life. It was personal, real, and legally protected. And I saved this for last, since some of you thought it was okay to pick apart my cancer diagnosis. Fuck you. You don't get to question something you...
Nah, that's a whole thing in itself. Again, that's not something I didn't doubt that at all. Because the text messages, like text messages, let me correct myself, not spreading misinformation. The text message was Cory saying, like, that was the most, like, you know what I'm saying, passive aggressive, or like passive or low monotone or whatever cancer reveal ever. And then she was saying disingenuous and that he didn't give a fuck that she, you know what I'm saying, had cancer and all that shit. Again, I doubt that he didn't give a fuck. Was that response a little bit, I guess, caseless? Sure. But to say he did not give a fuck and this was part of, you know what I'm saying, emotionally abusing you and manipulating you?
You've never lived through. You don't get to dissect dates like you're solving a puzzle while I was fighting to stay alive. You weren't there. You didn't feel it. And unless you've gone through it yourself, you have no idea how much pain I was in. February 7th, 2020, I had triple negative breast cancer, stage 3A.
Hun, I would never put that against you. I would never say that John is fake and all that type of beat. Again, and I can sympathize with you for that, because I don't want anyone to go through any illnesses, sickness, especially like things such like that with cancer. But how does that absolve you from the things that you generally could be criticized for, hun?
One of the most aggressive types. So let me give you a fucking visual, since clearly some of you need one. A chemo port in my chest. Look, scar right here. Over 10 surgeries. Needles at home just to keep my red and white blood cells from bottoming out. Fever spiking to 104 for hours when those needles stop working. Being hot.
Hun, again, I sympathize with you for that. I do not want you to go through any of that. But again, how does this help substantiate that CoryxKenshin is an emotional abuser, and a manipulator? How? Yes, his text message from the John was tasteless or whatever. We discussed that. How does this prove he's a manipulator? All this. How? We can acknowledge that, yes, we should feel sympathy for you because of this, because obviously your heads do not want you going through this. But this does not absolve the criticism once more.
Hospitalized on a COVID floor, isolated, terrified, hoping I wouldn't have to fight 2 battles at once. Hair falling out in clumps in the shower, crying every time I touched it. Every time more of me disappeared down the drain. Doxorubicin, cyclophosphamide, paclitaxel, the chemo cocktails they pumped into me while my body shut down piece by piece. I couldn't walk on my own, couldn't bathe myself. My family had to carry me to the bathroom, feed me, clean me, and eventually put a portable toilet in
Oh no.
my room because
I just realized now I haven't even really been paying attention. Damn. Yeah, Asmongold posted a video, like Asmongold and Techie posted a video on it too, the nose ring theory. And we were just talking about, you know, girly pops, the reason some guys will date. Damn, bro. That's making a generalization. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. So, like, that's being discharitable, but damn, is that boy a coincidence?
I couldn't even move. I threw up all day, every day.
Well, does that even count? Because motherfucker... like... like,
could barely keep food down. I was sweating through everything at night. I couldn't go in the sun because it burned my skin after treatment. And that's just the surface level shit that the visual you asked for when you had the nerve to question my life like it was up for debate. So no, you don't get to pull apart my story and act like you know better. You don't get to...
Nah, I'm not telling you I know better, hun. I just, again, want you to have better substantial proof from what you were levying against CoryxKenshin.
Weaponize my cancer against me just because you ran out of other shit to say. That's the man you call a king. That's the man you hype up. The same man.
No, I've never. Well, honestly, yeah, now Cory is one of the YouTube kings, but again, I'm not on the serious tip with that. I do not think he's my liege. I do not bow down to the nigga.
Make a wish from my perspective was wasted on.
If this video felt like a lot, it's because it is. The information
Yeah, it was a fuckload.
presented here doesn't even scratch the surface. But I want to thank you guys
If there's more, please show me it, because holy fuck did we need more, because we had a whole lot of yap and not a lot of screenshots and really substantiating things.
so much for watching and hearing what Panda and I have to say.
This video featured crucial points, but there's a lot more that can be brought up if absolutely necessary. It's not necessary, I'll go ahead and tell you, but if there actually is screenshots and a lot more shit that can, you know, again, once I'll save it. No. I'll save it for the final page and conjecture. We gotta get out of here. We have to get out of here. There are other people who have experience with Cory but wish to remain private at this moment until they're comfortable enough to come out themselves. Brother, if you magically see this Mav Attack, ask them if they have substantial proof with the claims that they are levying against CoryxKenshin. If they say to you yes, tell them to drop their stories today. Tell them to drop their stories today, because if they have like verifiable proof and substantial proof, then yes, we need to condemn Cory and bring him to justice. If they do not, tell them do not waste their time. Again, like, yo, and again, that's not in an effort to disregard victims and all that, but yo, already off of Miss Panda Ninja X, you don't even want the association error, because they will be ruining any actual substantial proof that they really have, bro. Because her John, That's it. Alright. You already know, of course, like I said in the intro, that was 2 hours ago. If you guys want to watch the OG video to give your own opinions and conjecture on this, well, that would be when the battery turns back on. Hold on. I already know. Died like 5 times during this, John. Well, that would be down in the description, first link, and like you already know. Like I said there, but hold on, we're gonna get into the final opinions and conjecture. The battery did me dirt again. Yeah, that was the hidden life of CoryxKenshin. Like I said, first link, if you guys want to watch the OG video by Mav Attack, first link down in the description and all that type of beat, so you can obviously watch it yourself if you don't want the Trilly yap, because you know Trilly doesn't de-dab everything. But we sat here for 2 hours for the final opinions and conjecture. We're gonna keep it calm and sweet. Miss Panda Ninja X Hun. Again, no one is taking it away from you, the fact that, again, even like she was just saying, the fact that she had gone through her battle with breast cancer, like, that's something I would never put against her. That's not something I would weaponize against her. That's terrible. Obviously, you don't want heads going through that. For heads that may have been actually potentially harassing her or whatever, John's like that, trying to dox her, doing all this thing. Same thing with Mav Attack. I think those bulls are weird. They need to cut that shit out. Stop doing that, John. But within both, now you, Miss Panda Ninja, and Mav, y'all need to really take a look and be like, yo, is Cory really this emotional abuser, a manipulator, general abuser? Was he really? Or y'all feeling a little hurt? Because for Mav, bro, the arm's distance, the arm's length shit, bro, gang, you're a high maintenance friend. At least in my opinion, you need to just lower that maintenance down. A nigga doesn't have to hit you every fucking day, bro. Like, dead ass. A nigga does not need to hit you every day for you to think that you're still friends and all that shit. Bro, this is literally a whole concept. Now I'm getting into another gap. This is literally a whole concept, and the bros will always say this. You could not see your bro for, like I was saying myself, this literally happens with me and my bros, for 3 months, and the minute you see each other is back like nothing happened, bro. So I don't know what the hell this nigga Mav is on, but bro, evaluate that, because if that's the type of shit you're on, and like, and you not seeing a nigga or whatever, and that's what's got you teed up, dog, and got you agreeing with Miss Panda Ninja that these things are legitimate with Cory, brother, I would take this video down. Second to that, with Miss Panda Ninja, again, we're not trying to take anything away from her, especially like we said with her with breast cancer, and potentially, you know what I'm saying, getting hate and all these different bulls making fake accounts of her, try to spread misinformation, all that. Not taking it away. That's bad. Head shouldn't do that. That's an obvious. Like, simple that. But, like I'll say again, when she levies out these allegations against CoryxKenshin, they better have substantial proof, hun. And the proof that she gave out was not substantial enough for me and many other people online to agree that these things levied against Cory could stick with him. So again, hun, no one's gonna attack you ad hominem. At least someone who is trying to objectively cover these drama slops and teas is gonna attack you ad hominem. We're going to attack the things you can generally be criticized for, and if you are not going to give that further information within that, I don't know what you want people to do, because they're not going to just willingly believe you. Simple as that. Simple as that. But again, like I said, if you want to watch the OG video by Mav Attack, down description, first link. And I'm finna catch y'all, somehow if more stuff comes out about the CoryxKenshin allegations, but in specific in this one, I'll be catching you on the next time. This was the CoryxKenshin allegations. The 5 stages of grief. Denial. Aye. And again, Trilly, the one who yaps everything. And I'll be catching y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.